tires, Great Western Tire is your source for BF Goodrich, Dunlop, Goodyear, Kelly, Michelin, and Titan tires, with service trucks for on-the-farm pit stops. They're also your headquarters for 24-hour fuel. Take advantage of their Card-Troll gas, diesel, and off-road fuel to go along with offering bulk fuel delivery. Don't forget to bring your vehicle in for an oil change or alignment. Great Western Tire, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 1. Visit their locations at Kobe, Oakley, and Scott City.
Fairleigh Feed Yard in Scott City takes pride in being part of Kansas's cattle feeding industry and is constantly aware of the specific needs of today's cattlemen. You can expect the best at Fairleigh Feed Yard, located 7 miles south and 6 miles west of Scott City. They believe in the importance of feed and ration preparation, health programs, death loss management, and overall handling of your feeder cattle. Fairleigh Feed Yard supports the area activities and youth of Western Kansas. Make Fairleigh Feed Yard your custom cattle feeder. That's Fairleigh Feed Yard of Scott City.
Welcome back to the Scott Community Events Center. Scott City is set to take on the Coronado Cougars. Adam Kadavy with you. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. I'm joined here with Coach Amy Felker here in the pregame. And, Coach, thanks for joining me here this evening. You guys got off to a good start to the season on Friday night at home, 40-22 victory over Hoisington. And I think probably the biggest thing was your defense. And do you feel like that was probably the strongest suit for you guys the other night in your victory?
You know, our defense, we said we needed 2 goals, and that was to have a good defensive game and to rebound well. And 1, we out-rebounded at Hoisington, and 2, our defense just seemed to rotate well together. The girls looked like they were just in sync. And when you start to rotate as a unit, it just makes it hard to get shots.
Also, what I was impressed with as well, for a game one with a lot of new faces out there and some significant minutes that they hadn't had on the varsity level, guys really didn't turn the ball over that much. I know probably 13's pretty high probably still for you, but still for a season opener, that's pretty good.
You know, and knowing that most of those turnovers came in the first quarter, it's a little even better. But they just had to get those nerves out, and they just read each other. They were good at making the extra pass and getting the teammates the ball when they needed to get the ball. So, you know, they made smart decisions, and, you know, that was something that we just got to keep building on and keep going with that.
You know, you mentioned how well you guys rotated on defense, and didn't matter who you plugged in there. You went 3 deep into the bench there for the night there. And do you feel like that you didn't see much of a drop-off overall?
You know, it was pretty even. You know, everybody, you know, when they got their turn and they got in the game, they worked hard. Everybody gave 100% all the time when they were out there. They were students of the game when they were on the bench, and they knew exactly what they needed to do when they got in there. So I really praised them for, you know, that. You know, they knew exactly who they were guarding. They knew what was going on, and so that's just good team play right there.
Once again, Coach Amy Felker here pregame tonight. Scott City taking on Coronado, night number 1 of the Roundball Classic. And this is a team that's already got 3 games under their belt, and they won their last game in their Classic last weekend. But it's much the same cast as last year's team. And what have you seen maybe with this year's version of Coronado?
You know, this year's version of Coronado, they have a 6-foot point guard that can shoot the ball and attack the basket. So we're going to have to really contain her and not give her really open shots. And, you know, then they've got another big 6-footer on the inside that can power to the basket and get some rebounds. So they've got a good cast out there. They're a better team than they were last year. So we're just going to have to work hard and make sure we run our game and do what we need to do defensively.
What is probably the biggest step you want to see with your team from game 1 to game 2?
The biggest step is just building on what we had. You know, we've got to continue to run the court and find the open looks, but, you know, make good decisions. You know, not make turnovers when we are making those pushing down the floor and that kind of stuff. You know, defense, we just got to continue to rotate and find the holes and not let them get easy baskets. So, Just keep building. We always want to improve on what we did the week before.
Should be a fun one, a big start to the week here. Playing some pretty big schools here this week, starting off with Coronado tonight here. And the pregame coach, Amy Felker, joins me here. Thanks again, Coach, for the time, and good luck to you guys.
Thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Lady Beaver coach Amy Felker. Pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz. More to come in your pregame show. I'll break down the matchup, starters, keys, and the tip-off. After this timeout, this is Scott City Beaver basketball.
As your local community foundation.
All right, let's go 3 minutes, please. 3 minutes. Thank you.
In and around Scott County will forever remain attractive places to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, give us a call at 620-872-3790 or visit our website at scottcf.org. We are Scott Community Foundation, securing our community's future.
Dr. Yeager with ProHealth Chiropractic Office, what do you strive for with your patients?
Our goal, our vision, our desire is to help our communities be healthier and be able to provide that quality of health, not just for today, but I'd like to sit across the table from patients in years to come and realize we've made a difference in their life.
How do we get a hold of you?
271-0243 in Garden City. In Scott City, 872-2310. They can always go on the web at prohealthks.com.
Feel better now. Make an appointment with Dr. Yeager today.
The Scott Recreation Commission invites you to come get fit in their fitness center, no matter what your focus is. The Scott Recreation Commission features a wide variety of fitness activities, including free weights and cardio. With an affordable membership, you're able to access not only the fitness area, but also group fitness classes. Find out your workout opportunities at the Scott Recreation Commission Fitness Center, 912 Jefferson Street in Scott City. You can also sign up online at scottrec.org.
Scott County Hospital is a highly trained team of motivated and compassionate professionals serving the needs of their community. With a beautiful modern facility with state-of-the-art equipment, they continually strive to develop comprehensive services to fill their patients' needs. The specialty clinic at Scott Hospital offers a variety of specialists you would only expect in a larger hospital. Why travel hours when you can be seen right here in western Kansas? If you're in need of a medical specialist, talk with your physician about a referral to meet with one of our visiting specialty doctors. Scott County Hospital. We put our heart in healthcare.
Don't let Christmas shopping be stressful. Ease the stress with a trip to your Christmas shopping destination, Giftologist in Scott City and Leota. Inside Giftologist, Santa's helpers have the store stocked full of great gift ideas. View their lineup of fine jewelry, collegiate items, home decor, and so much more. Also check out the variety of popular cookware and grillware for the family chef. Why go out of town when you can get quality stocking stuffers at great prices? And don't forget that Giftologist has gift wrapping. The country oven baked goods are available daily. Ease the stress of Christmas shopping with a visit to Giftologist in Scott City and Leota.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today. For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Some of the stats we saw from Coronado when they came in a year ago, that was a team that was around 500 at 12-13 on the year. And they lost in the first round of the playoffs. They're a 5A school, have about 1,300 students in the Coronado School District there in Colorado, on the west end of Colorado Springs there. In Colorado are the Coronado Cougars here. As we take a look here, kind of this matchup here, Scott City and Coronado here on this girls' side of things here this evening. Of course, Lady Beavers really, they trailed 9-8 after the first quarter, and then they held Hoisington without a bucket or a point for 18 minutes in that victory, 40-22 on Friday night here in this gymnasium. And, of course, got the leading efforts there from Erica Felker, 16 points. Brooke Strine had a double-double, 13 and 10. And good start there to the season for Scott City. They struggled at the foul line, just 33%, which is unusual, but you know what? They made up for it in other ways there, so that was good to see. They shot the ball pretty well, 40%, and only had 13 turnovers to begin the season. That's pretty good considering how many new faces are out there on the court there for Scott City, and only 2 returning starters, and really 2 players that had substantial amount of minutes from a year ago. But that was good to see. You had a lot of activity from Brindley, Stevens. Of course, Kendall Gentry hit the team's opening points of the night with that 3. Also, of course, Cheyenne Kramer had 4 points. She had 4 boards as well. As a team, they had 30 rebounds. They had at least 4 players with 4 rebounds. So that was a nice sight to see here early on in the season. And they had 10 steals in the win there. On the other side, Coronado, this is a team that trailed big to Garden City last Thursday night to begin their season, fought back and had it to within 1, but ended up losing by 250-250, and then they lose to a Palmer Ridge team that I remember when they used to come out here to, whether it was the Colby Orange and Black or here to the Roundball Classic, seemed like they were always a disciplined team, and they lost to them 42-35. And then they picked up a 59-49 victory over Fairview on a Saturday to wrap up their Coronado Classic there. And what was a wild stat in that game, Coronado was 27 of 54 from the free throw line. That was in one game, which is, I don't know if I've ever heard of any team shooting 50 free throws in one game, but that was the case there. Yeah, they had 25 fouls. Fairview had like 34, I believe. But they were 27 of 54. They're 48 of 91, by the way, through 3 games at the line. So they shot over half of their free throws for 3 games in one game. And they were led. They'll go with McKenna Ripple and also Deschanay Bruner. Those are their 2, and Bella Martinez as well. But Allison Leisher, those are really their 4 big scorers. Leisher, she's a senior. She averages 20.3 points a game, and she's around 6 foot. Rimple as her second leading scorer, around 9.3 a game, and Deschanay Bruner, she averages 8.3, but she also grabs nearly 10 rebounds. A year ago in a game, she had 22 rebounds the game before they played Scott City, but we'll see how Coronado, every time, you come out of state, you never know how the officials are going to call the game, and it's just a different adjustment from Kansas to Colorado, and, vice versa. So that's just part of it here, and, kind of like, we saw that a little bit when we went to Colorado for football or Oklahoma for football this year. They call it a little differently, but, it'll be interesting how they adjust. But the big thing is they've been out here in Scott City once a year before, and, of course, last year and a few years back. But, this is a team that's slowly trying to build their program back up, and they were 9-5 2 years ago in their COVID year, a shortened year for them. But Coronado, they're going to be pretty athletic across the board. But at the same time, I think Scott City, if they can stay disciplined, I think that'll be their key to success here tonight here in Scott City. As we're moments away from the introduction of the starters and also the tip-off here between Scott City and Coronado, 4th ever meeting between the Beavers and the Coronado Cougars. But, of course, this is the only doubleheader tonight of the Clarion Inn Roundball Classic. Tomorrow night, there'll be a couple sets of games. It'll be Scott City and Liberal here at Scott Community Events Center. Girls to tip at 6 for the boys to follow. And then also Garden City will host Coronado tomorrow night down in the Garden. And then Saturday, Liberal will host Coronado down at the Big House in Liberal. And then at the Garden in Garden City at Scott City and Garden City. Those games start at 4 o'clock for the girls with the boys to follow. That's on Saturday afternoon down at the Garden. And then Wichita Life Prep will come out to Garden City next Tuesday. And then Liberal will go to Life Prep in Wichita next Wednesday to wrap up the Roundball Classic for this year. So just 5 teams in it this year. But I understand there's chances like it's going to grow, and that'll be a cool sight to see. But should have a fun one here tonight here for the doubleheader here between Scott City and Coronado. Let's step out for a timeout here. And we'll come back with starters, keys, and the opening tip-off. It's Scott City and Coronado back after this timeout here on Mix 94.5.
Life is all about your vision. That's what Dr. Joshua Gooden and the staff at
At this time, we request that you identify the nearest emergency exit. In case of an emergency, you'll be requested to evacuate through the nearest exit. These doors have been inspected by the Kansas State Fire Marshal's Department and are in working order. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and pay honor to America and her troops at home and abroad as SCHS President Bill Chuck sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Here to Scott Community Event Center. Adam Kadavy with you here as we're moments away from the starting lineups here tonight, are getting introduced right now. And we'll go ahead and get things started here. Your starting lineups presented by Security State Bank, Scott City and Leota. Free bill pay and online banking, safe, secure, and easy to use. Member FDIC. For the Coronado Cougars, they're coached by Jeff Beatty in his second season. He is assisted by Andrea Abidia and Adrian Propsom. They will start off McKenna Rimple. She's a senior. Heights were not available. She averages 9.3 points and 5.7 boards through 3 games. Maddie Lucard, she is a junior, averaging 1.3 points and 5 rebounds per contest. Also, Allison Leischer. She is a senior, averages at around 20.3 points and 3 boards per contest. And also Bella Martinez. She's a sophomore, averaging 7.7 points and 3.7 boards a contest. And Deshanae Bruner, the junior, averages 8.3 points and 9.7 rebounds a game. McKenna Rimple, Maddie Lucard, Allison Leischer, Bella Martinez, and Deshanae Bruner, your starters here tonight for the Cougars of Coronado. And take a look at their bench. They have only suited up 9 players. They brought 9 players to Kansas, so they won't have as big a bench. But you know what? You only need 5, and we'll probably see 7 to 8 players play from Coronado. For the Scott City Lady Beavers, coached by Amy Felker in her 3rd season, assisted by Aaron Myers. It'll be the same 5 for the 2nd straight game. Brinley Stevens, the 5'6" junior, had 1 rebound last week against Hoisington. Kendall Gentry, the 5'3" sophomore, 3 points and 3 rebounds per game. Brooke Strine, who had another double-double in her career, starting for the 3rd straight season. Her 44th consecutive start. 6'1" senior, 13 points and 10 boards. Erica Felker, also her 44th consecutive start. The 5'6" junior, 16 points and 3 boards a contest. And Cheyenne Kramer, a 5'9" junior, at 4 points and 4 rebounds per game. Brinley Stevens, Kendall Gentry, Brooke Strine, Erica Felker, and Cheyenne Kramer, your starters tonight here for Scott City. Keys to the game presented by State Farm agent Michael Trower go the proven winner. When it comes to insurance, they score big with their policyholders. Keys tonight for Scott City, I think you have to guard the perimeter and force them out a little bit because they are going to be the taller team tonight. Make them shoot the threes over deeper range. Yeah, they've hit 12 threes, but I think the second key is limit the drives that they come in with. Limit the drives into the paint. And second, or another key, just be aggressive, and you can get them into foul trouble. The officials tonight, Jake Eicher, Jeremy Dietz, and Craig Walmsley. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here as Coronado in their road black uniforms with the red numbers and letters. Scott City in the home white with the navy blue numbers and letters and the lighter blue trim as Scott City wins the tap, and we're underway. The Lady Beavers will move from left to right as a seat up top here on the west side here of the Scott Community Event Center. Kendall Gentry goes to Cheyenne Kramer, back to Gentry. Man-to-man defense, that's what we'll see all night and probably all week. Strine, Felker step back, wanted to take the three. Gentry throws it into Strine through her hands, and turnover number 1 on Scott City. They had a lot of early turnovers against Hoisington last week and then cut those down. Here's a quick release on a three. It's off to left for Bella Martinez. That ball is going to go out of bounds. It'll be long to the Lady Beavers. 31 seconds into the game, no score. Scott City did not attempt a shot on their first trip down. Missed three by Coronado as they set up in a 1-3-1. Actually, they rotate. They'll go man, 1-3-1, you name it. Felker up top to Gentry. Gentry back to Felker. They're working on the left side. Left corner to Brinley Stevens. Stevens gets a screen. Back up top to Kendall Gentry into foul line to Brooke Strine. Left corner to Erica Felker, who spots up for the triple. Too strong that time. Had a good look at it. And it's ripped away by Strine as she goes up. No. Rebound tipped around in the hands of Kramer. Kramer back to Strine. Jumper in the paint. No. And the rebound into the hands of Coronado. So 3 looks that time for the Lady Beavers and nothing to show for, but they had good looks underneath there. We're still scoreless here, and an unforced error that time by Coronado as they throw it into the Scott City bench. Turnover number 1 on the Lady Cougars. They averaged 19 turnovers a game through the first 3 games. We're still stuck at 0-0, 6:40 here in the opening period here on a Thursday evening. Here in the Scott Community Event Center, Brooke Strine at the foul line. Brinley Stevens left corner to Felker, looking for cutters. Now she'll just drive to the left baseline, and she will get a whistle and a foul on Coronado. They had 25 fouls against Fairview on a Saturday. I mentioned that was a foul fest. The foul will be charged to Bella Martinez, her first. That's the ball game's first foul. And Scott City almost loses the inbound. Strine gets it to Felker out high for the left wing three. Her 4th triple of the year puts Scott City on the board. With 6:20 to go first quarter at 3-0. Scott City hit 4 threes against Hoisington last week, 31% from three-point range. Ball's tipped around and a turnover. Good job by Kendall Gentry. Here's Erica Felker racing at left lane line. She'll go up. Her shot is blocked out of there that time by Deshawnay Bruner, who averages 2 blocks a game, and it will stay with Scott City with 6:03 to go first quarter. You can almost hear the hand claps there. It was like a high five. Shot for Strine is blocked. That doesn't happen often. And once again, Bruner with that block. Here's Rimple back down the other way in transition. Oh, that's going to be a walk that time. As the momentum for Allison Leisher, she got too far underneath the basket. She was getting ready to go up. And it's going to be turnover number 3 on Coronado. Scott City 1 of 6 to start from the floor. Coronado 0 of 1. It's 3-0 Beavers. A little over 2 minutes into this first period of play. Felker brings it across. Kendall Gentry right corner turns down the 3 now to Felker. Felker puts on the 4 a couple times up top to Brinley Stevens. Stevens goes left corner to Kendall Gentry into Strine. Trying to cut in as Kramer gets it back out to Felker. She'll drive in. Her runner banked too strong. Strine grabs the board. Follow up, no, but a foul. She'll get 2 free throws. Good aggressiveness on the boards there for Scott City, and they'll have 2 free throws here with 5:31 to go first quarter, and Strine with 2 rebounds already. That fell on Deshawnay Bruner, her first, the team's second. 2 free throws for Strine. Free throw number 1 is good. Scott City last week was just 2 of 6 at the line, and they now have an early 4-0 lead with 5:31 to go first quarter. Millie Leonard, the senior, checks in for the first time, averages 1 point a game, had 3 against Fairview last week. That was all of her points for the season. Strine sinks both free throws, and the Beavers have a 5-0 lead. 5:20 to work first quarter. Right side to Millie Leonard, who's in there. And now at the foul line. Here's Leisher drawing left side. Here's a deep three left side. That's on target and down. McKenna Rimple hits her 5th triple and puts Coronado on the board. 5:10 to go first quarter. At 5-3 for Scott City, and they set up and man. Kendall Gentry left corner 3 for an answer back off the back iron. Scott City tried to crash the board. They'll say last touched by the Cougars. And it will stay with Scott City, excuse me. Kendall Gentry shot that 3 where she had her first 3 last year, and off the inbounds at Strine banks it off the glass. Nice inbound play, and it's 7-3, 4:50 to go first period of play. So Scott City off to a good start. They almost get the steal, and they do. Turnover number 4 as Gentry stripped it right out of the Cougar hand. That time it was Martinez now cutting his stride. Her shot left side, a little wild. The rebound fought for her, and we're going to get a whistle and a tie-up. It'll still be Coronado basketball. As Avery Lewis checks in for the first time. 5'9" sophomore had 2 points and 4 rebounds against Hoisington. And so the possession favors the Cougars. 7-3 Scott City, 4.5 to go opening period of play. Here's a deep 3 left side. That's wide right. And that time it's going to be kicked out by Coronado's Millie Leonard. It's her and Avery Lewis are fighting for the rebound, and it's going to belong to Scott City. Cougars not afraid to shoot the threes. They average 14 three-point attempts per game. They've already shot 3 of them. Speaking of threes, Lewis, her 3 might have been partially blocked, and the rebound and on the run is Leisher. She'll race it across right to left all the way. Layup is good and one. Kendall Gentry hacked her, and it'll be her first and Scott City's first foul with 4:12 to go first period. It's 7-5. Leisher, first points of the night. That's the first 2-point attempt of the game for Coronado. Deshawnay Bruner back in. Leisher 63% on the year, and she gets that one to bounce around to drop home. As a team, they're 53%, and they pulled within 1. So we're nearing the midway point of the first quarter. It's 7-6. Lob into Strine. Nice give to Felker. She'll drive in, and she draws a foul on the floor. That's before the shot. That'll be on Bella Martinez. That's her second and the team's third here with 4:03 to go first quarter. As Coach Jeff Beatty looks maybe thinking about sending somebody in, but he does not yet. As Lewis will try to inbound it, finds a cutting Kramer. Her shot swatted out of there. Already 3 blocks in the quarter. And here is Millie Leonard on the run. She'll take it in, and Strine blocks the shot, and then Kendall Gentry could not quite grab the board. It'll be Scott City basketball. Great hustle that time, getting back down the court. And Coronado will bring in Maddie Lukart in, and in for the first time for Scott City's Megan Trout. 3:54 here in the first, 7-6 for Scott City, but Coronado looking for the first lead of the night, but they get it into Bruner, almost walked with it. She'll throw up a tough runner, no, and the rebound right in the hands of Brooke Strine. Already her 3rd board of the quarter. In transition, Strine will go coast to coast, no. The rebound, boy, a lot of collision that time. Gentry got popped, but she's okay. They'll say a rebound and a travel for Deshawnay Bruner. That's the 5th turnover on Coronado here in this first quarter. As Lewis looking inbound, it does so to her classmate, Kendall Gentry, right corner entry, feeding to Strine, catches it, and now flips it left side. Lewis holds it now, puts it on the floor a couple of times out high to Erica Felker. 3.5 first quarter, 7-6 into Strine right elbow. Felker steps back, fires a right corner 3. Short, rebound, tipped around, and good hustle for it, but it's going to belong to Coronado as tracking it down on the court and then thrown away. Here's Strine. Shot, partially blocked right to Lewis, who banks it too strong. And now Trout going up. That's going to be a foul on the floor. Hasn't been the prettiest the first quarter. Scott City hanging on to the 1-point lead, but they do force Coronado into their 4th foul of the first quarter. The foul will be on Maddie Lukert, her first. And Felker back up top to Gentry. Gentry into Strine at the foul line. Gets it back up to Gentry, right corner to Felker. She'll drive right baseline, float one up too strong. Rebound into the hands, ripped away. It's Avery Lewis who ends up with it. Into Strine, up and under move. Her layup on the left side. Boy, that can't go that time. Good look that time. And Coronado got the rebound, and Lukert trying to get it to Bruner. Throws it away for their 7th turnover. Scott City's defense has actually been pretty good here. At 7-6 at the 2:50 mark of the first quarter. Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout taken by Coronado. Basketball tonight brought to you by our Booster Club corporate sponsors. Those include Winterland Farms, White's Food Liner, Wheelan Electric, Western State Bank, Western Kansas Insurance, Volgamore Family Farms, Turner Sheet Metal, True North Cafe, Tri-Pack North America, Original Grande, Stevens Veterinary Services, State Farm Insurance, Spencer Pest Control and Security State Bank. The Beavers are 2 of 13 from the field. They've had a lot of shots from underneath. Maybe a little bit out of control, maybe rushing their shots a little bit, but they're getting good shots underneath there. They just haven't been able to finish. Coronado, by the way, they're 2 of 5. Scott City 2 of 2 at the line. Coronado 1 of 1. Out of the 30-second timeout with 2:50 to go first quarter. Scott City with the ball up 7-6. Trout with it. Entry feed into Strine, backs away and goes to her left, and bank shot is good. Nice set. And Strine with 6. It's 9-6. 2.5 to go first quarter. Lady Beavers back up by 3, almost forced another turnover as they had Lukert trapped in there. Now running in there, bank shot wide to the right for McKenna Rimple, and Avery Lewis pulls down her second board of the night. Beavers up 3 with the ball, 2:20 to go first quarter, 9-6. Have led by as many as 4 in this game. And into Strine, her bank shot, no, got her own rebound, high up the glass. No, it just does not want to go in there a couple of times. And whistle and a turnover. And for the first time, it'll be Kenna White, a sophomore for Coronado. She'll replace Millie Leonard. With 2:08 to go first quarter is Cheyenne Kramer's going to return to the lineup, I believe. Yep. And in for the first time will be Mackenzie Metzger. Be interesting to see how liberally Scott City subs here with 3 games in 3 days. Expect to see quite a few substitutions here. Off the inbounds, it's Felker stepping back for a 3 off the back iron and then goes over the backboard and out of bounds to go to the Lady Cougars. Scott City now 3 of 16 in this first quarter unofficially, but they lead it by 3. 2 minutes remaining in the opening period. Coronado throws it away. Scott City tracks it down. 8th turnover on the Cougars. 4 steals already for Scott City in transition. Lewis, good idea by Felker. And they're going to say, yep, that's going to be right. Turnover. Second turnover for the Lady Beavers. Had the right idea there, and Coronado brings back in Bella Martinez with her 2 fouls. She'll replace McKenna Rimple. But right now, Coronado's played 7. Scott City has played 8 here in this first quarter. Minute 48 to go. 9-6 is your score. Kind of a quiet gym right now. Pull up left side from 15. Bank shot, no. Rebound, and we're going to get another tie-up. That's going to be Scott City's ball. That was put up by Leisure on the left wing, or left side, from about 16. And Scott City will get the ball back here up 9 with 99 first quarter seconds remaining. Felker will dribble the cross from left to right. So I see it up top now to Avery Lewis. Back right side Metzger. Mackenzie Metzger goes right corner to Erica Felker. Into Cheyenne Kramer, catches it, puts it up, leaves it short. Rebound ripped away by Deschanay Bruner for Coronado as they push it across with Leisure. Show her runners no. Rebound to Mackenzie Metzger, and her first rebound of the night for Scott City. Lady Beavers up 3 with the ball. Final minute in this opening 8 minutes of play. Opening night of the Roundball Classic. Lone game of this classic. Lewis, right side to Metzger. Looking to feed it in, but can't. Still holds it now, skips it over left side to Lewis. Kind of a tough pass. Felker in the left corner, 45 seconds back to Lewis. Lewis now to Trout. Now finds Kramer, left lane line, and the left block for the jumper for 2. 11-6, 34 seconds to go first quarter, and Scott City broke the press the zone that time, and they have a 5-point advantage. 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The 3 is blocked by Metzger. That was put up that time, and the rebound to Scott City. Kramer with that now. Metzger with it. She'll drive right side. Almost walked with it into Kramer for 2. She has the last 4. 13-6 with 10 seconds to go first quarter. That's big for the confidence for Scott City. They need to get some others that can score consistently more than just the 2. Runner, no. That was Martinez rebound. 1 second. Here's a half-court heave, and Fucker just leaves it short as the first quarter comes to an end. But Lady Beavers scored the final 6 points of the first quarter, and they lead it 13-6 after one. Coming back in 1 minute for the second quarter, this is Scott City basketball.
Let technology bring you closer this
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
Call them today at 620-872-3058. Norder Supply. Plain talk, exceptional results.
Here as Scott City begins the second quarter with the ball and Coronado starts with the ball in the second quarter. Scott City with a 13-6 lead. They were led by Brooke Strine 6, Cheyenne Kramer's 4, and Erica Felker 3. Coronado with the left corner 3 is good. Their second 3 of the night. Allison Leisure now leads them with 6. And she hits her 6th 3 of the year, 13-9, 7:35 to go first half. So Coronado breaks a 6-0 Scott City run. Brentley Stevens with it into Strine. Great position underneath, goes up, scores it, and one. Strine with 8. Had great position that time underneath on McKenna Ripple, her first, team's 5th. And Scott City with a chance to extend their lead back up to 7, excuse me. 15th foul in Coronado, just 1 on Scott City. Strine, free throw, yes. 7:25 to go first half, and Scott City matches their largest lead as they answer back with a 3-point play of their own. They're up 16-9. That's going to be a travel out high on Bella Martinez and turnover number 9. Erica Felker got the 1-minute break plus first 41 seconds of the second quarter, checks back in. And that will be Mackenzie Metzger. So it is Felker, Brentley Stevens, Kendall Gentry, Brooke Strine, and Cheyenne Kramer. And a 2-2-1 look, and Cheyenne Kramer right baseline for 2, bounces around and off. Strine got the rebound, and she's fouled going up, and that's going to be a foul on Bella Martinez, her 3rd with 7:07 to go first half. You could tell there was a lot of separation there between Martinez and Strine after the missed shot by Kramer, who was going for a 3rd consecutive make. Free throw for Strine is good. She's already got 10 points, 17-9, and 7:07 to go first half. They actually get the foul on Rimple, I beg your pardon. That's her 2nd, but nonetheless, it's still the team's 6th. Second free throw is good for Strine. And it's now 18-9. Scott City with last 5 here in the first minute of this second quarter, their largest lead of the night so far. Leisure goes left side to Rimple. She'll try a 3, short rebound. Kendall Gentry grabs her first board of the night. Scott City with a 9-point lead, 6:50 to go. Stevens, nice pass into Strine, no, but right to Kramer, follow no, tipped around and into Kramer. That one might have been blocked, and the rebound goes to Coronado, then knocked out by Brooke Strine. Good effort, though, nonetheless. Scott City right there had a couple opportunities but missed, but they've got the 9-point lead, 6:35 to go first half at 18-9. Right side skip to McKenna Rimple, and she almost walked with it up top. Now with the dribble driving in, the 6-footer Leisure and stolen away. Scott City forces turnover number 10. Here's Erica Felker going around Rimple. She'll lay it up, and she is fouled, and Rimple in disbelief. That's her 3rd foul with 6:21 to go first half. Their 2nd leading scorer at 9 points a game. Picks up her 3rd foul with 6:21 to go first half. Felker to the line for the first time tonight. She was just 1 of 3, which is very uncharacteristic for her, but last week against Hoisington, but she extends Scott City's lead to 10. And is going to be Kenna White. So Rimple, who hit their opening 3 of the game, sits with 3 fouls, and Felker drains both free throws and makes this a 20-9 game. 6:20 to go before intermission. It's a 7-0 run for Scott City after Coronado pulled to within 4. First double-digit lead of the night for Scott City. Almost stolen away. We're going to get a reach and foul push, they'll say, on Erica Felker out high. Good defense, though. It's her first, team second. And really, Scott City's played a pretty good defense through the first 5 quarters of the year. Out is going to be Cheyenne Kramer, and in is going to be Avery Lewis. There's almost a 3, but quickly guarded by Gentry. Bella Martinez with the dribble. She'll drive in. Her runner in the paint, banked home. Her first 2 of the night. She averages just under 8 a game, 20-11, 5:55 to go first half. Strine with the left baseline to Brinley Stevens. Nice pass underneath the Strine. One dribble goes up, and that time threw a little too high, and it went over the backboard and out of bounds. It'll belong to Coronado. 20-11, 5:45 here in half number 1 from the Scott Community Event Center. Scott City in a 2-3 zone. Thought maybe they'd switch it up a little bit at times tonight. They stuck with the zone. They've stuck man. 5.5 to go first half. Bounce pass almost stolen away by Stevens. Bella Martinez will bring it around the perimeter from right to left, and now up top between the rings to Leisure. She has 6 points. 1 3-point play and 1 3, and then throwing up a bank shot, and it's good for Martinez. 20-13, 5:12 to go first half. Scott City has seen Coronado score the last 4 in the game. And that's Felker. And now into Strine, catches it, goes left. Her shot too strong, and the rebound trickles out to Gentry out high. Now back, here's Felker. She'll try a 3. That's off the heel. Rebound loose, but picked up by Coronado on the run in the hands of Bella Martinez. And she has the last 4 for the Cougars here with 4:38 to go first half. And now here's a 3 straight away. That one rims off. Rebound Avery Lewis for Scott City. Kept their pivot foot down. Leisure wanted the travel but did not get the call. Here's Scott City back the other way. 4:20 to go first half. Into Strine, goes left as they work it around. Now Lewis in the left corner. Zone put in. Here's Strine, catches, almost walked with it. Right side Felker. Now she's trapped and finds Gentry. Bullet pass into Strine, catches it. Now to Stevens. Halfway point, second quarter. Lewis will try one from straight away. That one crawls off. Rebound to Strine as she goes up, stripped as she went up, and now Stevens hustles for the rebound out high. 5th offensive board in the quarter. Now into Strine, catches it. We'll go back up top to Gentry. Gentry left side to Stevens, to Lewis here with 3:40 to go first half. Scott City up by 7 at 20-13. They've scored haven't scored in about 3 minutes. Strine will drive in. Now back to Lewis. Scott City trying to break down this zone defense. Right side to Felker. Skips it over left side. Lewis will try a 3. Can she get that one to go? Yes, she can. Her first varsity 3, and it's 23-13. 3:20 to go first half. And Scott City has hit 2 in the first half, and they lead it by 10 as we're a little outside of 3 minutes to go first half. And a break, a 3-minute scoring drought for Scott City as they lead 23-13. Driving in, and a layup on the other end is crawling in for Allison Leisure, the senior, makes it 23-15 with 3 minutes to go first half. Felker will bring it left to right for Scott City, up by 8. Strine knife flip back to Felker, tried to drive in, cut off Lewis. And now back to Felker toward the left side. 2:45 into Strine, poked away in the steal. Turnover number 3 on Scott City. Here's Coronado transition. Martinez wanted to stop and pop the 3, and now into Leisure. She has 8, drives in, her shot is blocked, and she'll get 2 free throws as she hit the deck hard on that one. Hopefully she's okay, but yeah, there's no doubt about that. That was a foul on Scott City with 2:34 to go first half. Strine will pick up the foul, her first. 2 free throws as Allison Leisure, the senior, already has 8 of their 15 points and make it 9 of their 16. She had 11 against Fairview last week, 23-16, 2:34 to go first half as Megan Trout and Mackenzie Metzger in for Scott City out as Brinley Stevens and Kendall Gentry. And second free throw, no, but rebound to Coronado. They'll have their first offensive board, but then they throw it away into the hands of Metzger, turnover number 10. As Brunner grabbed that missed free throw by Leisure. We're down to the 2:20 to go first half. Here's Felker, left corner, three, yes! Her second three of the night, 26-16, 2:14 to go first half. And now an answer back three. This is deep range airballed, and that's going to be bouncing around between Strine and also Kenna White. It's going to stay on Coronado's end of the court. Cheyenne Kramer back into the Scott City lineup. And it'll bring in, I believe that's Lillian Manier. She's a junior in for the first time. And ball loose. We're going to get a tie-up, and Scott City is going to force their 12th turnover of the half. With 2:03 to go before halftime. Scott City with a 10-point lead. They've led by as many as 11. 26-16. Right side, here's Cheyenne Kramer. She'll take the deep two. She'll bury the deep two from 17, and it's 28-16. That's good to see her confidence growing shooting, and now Scott City with a 12-point lead, minute 45 to go first half. Up top, now they work it over right side to Kenna White, and it's going to be thrown away. It's good for two. She has her first basket. Scott City 30, Coronado 16, 1:28 to go first half. And Scott City has scored the last 7 in this ball game. Deschanay Bruner up top goes right side to Bella Martinez. Martinez flips it right baseline to Lillian Manier. Manier now, and we're going around to Bruner. To Martinez. She'll split. The defenders lay it up. No. Rebound to Megan Trout, who had 4 rebounds against Hoisington last week. Good defense for the Lady Beavers. Final minute before halftime. Right side to Metzger. Now to Kramer for her 8th point. Yes! She is money on the baseline. 32-16. 55 seconds to go first half. That one was a little further inside this time around than her last shot. Scott City with a 16-point lead and a 19-10 run in this second quarter. 40 seconds to go first half. Manier with it. She'll dribble around out high. And now goes to Deschanay Bruner. 30 seconds to go first half. Scott City has scored the last 9 in this game. They've had runs of 6. They've had runs of 7 and 9. Right baseline to Bruner for 2. That's good. That's from 17. Her first points of the night, 32-18 with 17 seconds to go first half. Scott City has an opportunity here to go for the final shot. They have a 14-point lead, 8 seconds, 7. Lewis up top to Metzger, right baseline to Kramer. We're trying to work it into Trout, and it's stolen away. And turnover number 4. And Coronado's just going to hold it out there for the end of the first half. But the Lady Beavers went on a 19 to 12 second quarter run to expand their lead to 32-18 here at the break. We'll take a 3-minute break. We'll have first half stats and more when we come back. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the app Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
But if there's no rain in your future, a drought can and will happen. Although a long dry spell can...
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
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 It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
And unpredictable. With Pioneer Hybrids and Corteva Agriscience, you gain a partner that can help you confidently navigate any unfamiliar terrain. Our breeding program, biotechnology, and incomparable support ensure you grow acres of greatness. For more information, contact Kevin Davis with Precision Ag and Seed at 620-87.
On the safety tab, an important safety message brought to you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Get to that here in a little bit. Scott City's led it the entire way. They led it 13-6 after 1, and then led it by many as 11, and then 16, and now they lead at 14 at the break. Lead is at 14, at the break at 32-18. For Coronado, no doubt who is probably going to be the leading scorer, Allison Leisher. She has 9 in the first half. She had a 3-point play and a 3-pointer, and she is 2 of 3 at the line. Then after that, it was 4 points for Bella Martinez, 3 for McKenna Ripple. She hit their first points of the night about 3 minutes in, and then Deschanay Bruner had their last 2 points of the first half for Coronado. And that's how the scoring went there, 32-18. Scott City would outscore Coronado in that second quarter, 19-12. In the first half, Coronado had 7 fouls. They had 13 turnovers and 3 steals, 11 total rebounds, 10 on the defensive side. For Scott City, it was Brooke Strine who led them. Pretty balanced effort in the first half, 11 points, 5 boards, 8 each for Erica Felker and Cheyenne Kramer, the career-high 8. 3 on a second quarter 3 for Avery Lewis, and then Mackenzie Metzger had a layup in transition for her basket, there 2 points for the night. For Scott City, they had just 4 turnovers in the first half, 3 fouls, 8 steals, and 8 defensive rebounds, 10 offensive boards, 18 total rebounds unofficially in the first half. Scott City with a 32-18 halftime lead here over the Cougars of Coronado. We'll step aside. We'll take, let's take about a 2-minute break. We'll do that and then get you set for the second half. Scott City up by 14 at the break. Back in 2 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Fairleigh Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current Beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides over 250 new and used vehicles in stock and ready to be delivered. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealership in Scott City.
In athletics, activities, and in the classroom. Good luck, Beavers, from Weathers Land and Livestock.
Back here inside the Scott Community Events Center here at halftime, a 32-18 lead here for the Scott City Lady Beavers over the Coronado Lady Cougars. Well, taking a look at some of the first half stats unofficially, and you take a look at the shooting percentages, and you think maybe Coronado's been the hot team, but that's not been the case there with their 13 turnovers. They're shooting the ball pretty well, actually, but they're 11 of 18 in the first half. From the floor there, and 2 of 5 on threes, 9 of 13 on twos. And that's their actually that's not right, but anyways, you get the idea. They've been shooting the ball pretty well here in the first half. They were actually 8, or we'll get to that here in a little bit. For Scott City, they were 8 of 23 from 2-point range in the first half, 3 of 11 on threes, at 11 of 34 in that first half for 33% here. How about 5 of 13 for Coronado on twos? They are 7 of 18 from the floor. That's a little better. It's like, man, I gave them a lot more points, but math is not my strength, so I better not quit my day job. Anyways, foul trouble. Scott City only had 3 fouls in the first half. They had 3 players with at least 1 foul. For Coronado, they had a bit of foul trouble. McKenna Rimple, she picked up her 3rd foul with 6:21 to go first half, and Bella Martinez had 2 fouls in the first quarter, did not foul in the second quarter. But that's been the foul trouble for Coronado in the first half. Scott City and Liberal tonight. I believe it's the first time since 2013 that Liberal will be coming to Scott City, but the first time into the Event Center tomorrow night. Part of night 2 of the Roundball Classic. Girls to tip at 6, boys to follow, and then it's 4 o'clock and 5:30 on Saturday for Scott City and Garden City down at the Garden, and Garden City to wrap up the Roundball Classic. It'll be Coronado's basketball to begin the third quarter with Allison Leisher. Also out there will be McKenna Rimple, and into Deschanay Bruner. She'll drive right side. Her jumper's good. She has the last 4. Also out there, Maddie Lukart and Bella Martinez, 32-20, 7:44 to go third quarter. As Coronado scored the last 4 points of the ball game. Scott City with a travel up top and an unforced error. Kendall Gentry, 5th Scott City turnover. It's Gentry, Brooke Strine, Erica Felker, Brentley Stevens, and Cheyenne Kramer. That's the 5 on the floor for Scott City to begin the third quarter. Now a 12-point lead for Scott City. Deschanay Bruner, bullet pass in, and it's going to be out of the hands of Maddie Lukart, who don't think she was anticipating the pass, and that is the 14th Cougar turnover. They have outscored their opponents in the second half, 31-20, so keep that in mind. They've had better second halves this year in their 3 games. Into Strine, nice cut, left lane line. Her shot is blocked, but backside board, and now here's Felker for 3. No, but crashing the board is Strine, and she is fouled. She'll get 2 free throws. Scott City with second and third chance opportunities there. Kramer with 5 rebounds. Strine with 6, trying to add to her 11-point night. So 12 offensive boards tonight for Scott City. They're owning the glass 20-11. Strine's free throw is perfect, as it's her 12th point of the night. 33-20, 7:12 to go here in period number 3. Second free throw pending here for the senior. Good. She is 5 of 5. I did not want to jinx her, so I did not say she was coming in 4 of 4, but she's 5 of 5 at the line. Scott City tonight is a perfect 9 for 9. Here's a 3, too strong. Rebound into the hands of Brentley Stevens, who's double teamed, and they're going to call a tie, but Scott City will still keep possession of the basketball. Actually, Strine is 7 of 7 at the line tonight. That's even better. 6:55 here in this third quarter. Lady Beavers with a 14-point lead in the ball. They've led by as many as 16. Felker right side, looking to drive in. She'll take it all the way down, and her layup is blocked out of there, but the rebound, and Kramer just rips it away. Underneath into Strine for her 15th point. Kramer did not give up on that. It looked like Coronado was going to get an easy putback, or a rebound, I should say, but then ripped away by Kramer, 36-20. 6:28 to go third quarter. Here's a three on the other end, ripped that time by Elisha, her second three, and her 12th point of the night, and it's 36-23, 6:18 to go third period. Now here's cutting Kramer into Felker out high from Brinley Stevens. Felker trying to get into double figures. Now she'll just step back for her 11th point. Yes, she rips one home, her third three of the night, and 11 points, answers back with the Coronado three. 39-23, 5:55 to go third quarter. Into Deschanel Bruner backing away in on Kramer. Quick double team. Oh, she almost picked up the pivot foot. Close there. Scott City in a 2-3 zone. Driving in. Here's a runner over Brooke Strine for Bella Martinez. Her 6-point, 39-25, and a whistle. And they're going to call Scott City for crossing on the inbounds that time, crossing the baseline, and a turnover. With 5:38 to go third quarter. Scott City's 6th turnover, and Coronado can score back-to-back baskets on their end of the court here without having to cross half court. Here's a three. It's short for Rimple. To cross off and rebound to Strine, working her way toward another double-double. She has 7 rebounds tonight to go along with her 15 points. Catches it, goes to her left, and she has 17. 41-25 at 5:20 to go third quarter. Scott City matching their largest lead at 16. They've hit that number 3 times here and almost ripped out of there by Elisha, or she almost lost the dribble, I should say. And now in it goes to Bruner in the free throw line, and now underneath. Nice dish behind the defense. Maddie Lukert, her first 2. 41-27, 4:57 to go third quarter. Lady Beavers laid back down to 14. Up top, it goes to Shine. Kramer found Felk underneath, but the pass is a little late, and Scott City with their 7th turnover. Here comes Coronado down the floor. Bella Martinez right side to Bruner. Goes over Gentry and gets it to crawl in. She has 6, and it's 41-29 with 4:35 to go third quarter. And Coronado's starting to inch a little closer here in this third quarter. See if Scott City can handle their storms here. They scored the last 4 pretty quick here. Now Strine trying to drive left side. She will, and her shot is blocked, but Kendall Gentry right there, out high to Felker. Gentry with 3 boards tonight. Scott City with a 12-point lead nearing the midway point of this third quarter into Strine. Power dribble, kicks it left. Felker fakes a 3. She'll drive in. Now needs help. Just hands it off to Strine, who will bank it in for 2. She has 19 points, and it's 43-29 halfway through this third quarter. And that'll end the quick 4-0 Coronado run, but they have scored 11 points in this third quarter. Actually, both teams have. And they're driving in a scoop reverse layup, no, for McKenna Rimple, and Scott City ends up with the rebound. Now in the hands of Kramer, outlets it to Erica Felker. Felker will bring it across right to left, finds wide open Kendall Gentry, and now she'll readjust. She'll go up and score it, and is fouled. Maddie Lukert couldn't believe she committed the foul. That's her second foul, the team's second of the half. Kendall Gentry makes it 45-29 with 3:38 here in the third stanza. As Megan Trout checks in, also Avery Lewis in. If Gentry hits this free throw, Mackenzie Metzger will check in. But she has to hit it, and she does. 3-point play is good, making it the largest lead for Scott City. And that's been good to see. They've been weathering every storm from Coronado tonight, 46-29 with 3:38 to go third quarter. Also out of lineup is Deschanel Bruner for Coronado. Back in is Millie Leonard. Now driving right side, might have tripped over her foot there, and Rimple misses the layup. Scott City with another board. Lewis with that one. As Scott City brings it into the front court here with 3:15 to go third period. Lewis left side holds it. Now Trout up top. Trout wanted to go left. Nice backdoor feed here, and now thrown away. But they're going to say last touch by McKenna Rimple. Stepped in the passing lane, could not handle the pass. as she tried to steal it. Her momentum carried her out of bounds as well. It still will stay with Scott City with 3:07 to go third quarter. Out is Maddie Luckhart as Lewis will get it in, but the pass is thrown late and the turnover, but right back to Strine. They'll trade the turnover. Strine will go up and hit the deck hard, but she'll get 2 free throws. They're staying with every ball here tonight. The teams trade turnovers. The first, that's Libby Gutowski, a freshman, in for the first time. She picks up the fouler first. Strine looking for point number 20, and it's there. She has 9 of Scott City's 15 in the third as they've opened up an 18-point lead here with 3:03 to go third quarter, 47-29. And she hits another one. She has 10 in this quarter after having 11 in the first half, and 9 for 9 at the line. Scott City 12 of 12 tonight after just 2 of 6 last week against Hoisington. And he goes left side. Bank shot too strong that time for Leisher. Rebound backside. Trout for Scott City, leading by 18, trying to pull away here in this third quarter. 2:45 to go. Up top, Mackenzie Metzger now in the foul line to Trout. Catches it, pivots, back to Lewis out high right. Now goes right corner to Mackenzie Metzger. Metzger had it stripped but picks it back up. Still has the left-handed dribble now right on the right wing. Lewis will drive in. Cut off at the elbow right. Metzger holds it, looking for a cutter. Now finds Brooke Strine, catches it. Good position underneath there for Felker. They tried to feed it into her, but poked away by McKenna Rimple. It'll still stay Beaver ball, but they have to inbound it in that corner with 2:17 here in the third quarter with a 19-point lead. They've scored the last 7 of the ball game. 48-29 is your score. As Felker to inbound it, does so to Trout, and ball poked. They're going to say last touch, I guess, by Scott City. Turnover number 9. It looked like it was deflected, but really the officials kind of didn't see who it was poked by, but they were going to say last touch by Scott City. And speaking of Lady Beavers, they forced the 17th turnover. They have really been pretty solid on defense so far through the first 7 quarters of the year. Felker drives the left baseline. She'll lay it up too strong, but right to Trout. Puts it up, and she has her first 2 varsity points of her career. 50-29 with 1:50 to go third quarter. You almost wish you could just give that an assist to Felker. And we have a timeout on the floor taken by Coronado. We'll take it as well. 1:45 here in period 3. It's 50-29. Scott City back in 1 minute. This is Lady Beaver basketball.
To us, it's about so much more than just providing the technology. It's about enriching the communities we live in, because your community is our community. Where you live, where you work, where you play, we do too. Whatever you do, and wherever you are, our service supports you. Next Tech Wireless, we are Kansas.
Scott City's had some big runs here tonight. They've had a 6-0 run. They've had a 7-0 run. They've had a 9-0 run, a 4-0 run, and now another 9-0 run. And they have opened up a 50-29 lead with 1:35 to go third period out of the Coronado timeout. And a 3 in the left corner is short. Rebound, Metzger will tip it to herself for her second board of the night. Correction, that was Leisher on the 3. 21-point Scott City lead. 1:20 here in the third. Felker looking for a cutter. Up top to Avery Lewis. She'll throw it up top. And almost stolen away, and almost a foul as well on Bella Martinez with tight defense. Trout up top with it, holds it. And now finds the cutter right for Felker for another 3. Rims off. Rebound, Deschanay Bruner, her 5th board of the night for Coronado. Final minute of this third period. Felker looking for her 4th 3 there. Couldn't quite connect on it, but Scott City has a 21-point lead. Coronado has not scored in over 3.5 minutes Rimple trying to end that, and it's too strong off the heel for the three. Tipped around, and they're going to get a push on the Cougars. Their fourth foul of the half. Scott City yet to commit a foul. That might be frustrating there for Coach Jeff Beatty for Coronado. The foul on Deschanay Bruner with a push, her third. Or nope, they're going to get Bella Martinez, excuse me. Martinez with her third foul. Scott City with Kendall Gentry bringing it across as Felker will get a seat here. 21-point Scott City. Nice backdoor cut. Gentry layup. Yes, she has 5. And it's now 52-29 with 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Nice backdoor cut on the give and go there to Gentry. She has 5. That's a new career high for her in the varsity. And then Deschanay Bruner's shot is blocked to the left side by Metzger, but Coronado tracks down the board, and they have another crack at it. Down to 15 seconds. Here's a runner off to the left and a push. 2 free throws coming up here for Deschanay Bruner, who is 10 of 22 on the year at the foul line. The foul will be charged to Megan Trout. That'll be her first, Scott City's first of the half. As I mentioned, Coronado, they were 27 of 54 in their last game against Fairview at the foul line. I think, and there's official timeout at the scores table, I think it might have been the last foul on Coronado. I think it should have been on Bruner, not Martinez, to be honest with you. Okay, now we're getting the confusion. I think we've got it cleared. That's the third on Deschanay Bruner. That was right, and that was a good piece of officiating there. The Coronado stat keeper alerted them of the mistake there. But the free throw for Bruner is good. Once again, I mentioned that Coronado was 27 of 54 in their last game at the foul line that had combined over 50-some fouls. 25, I think it was, on Coronado and 34 on Fairview, and Bruner sinks them both. And it's 52-31. 12 seconds to go, third quarter. That breaks almost a 4.5-minute drought for the Cougars. And also an 11-0 Scott City run. Gentry cut off. Bounce pass to Metzger with 1 second. She'll fire a deep two. It almost crawled in. But your third quarter comes to an end. Scott City with a 20-13 third quarter run, and they have surged ahead 52-31 going into the fourth. Back in 1 minute, this is Lady Beaver basketball.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We are more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
Scott City in control of this as we head to the fourth quarter. It'll be Coronado Cougar basketball, 52-31 your score. Coronado led tonight here by Allison Leisher, the senior. She has 12 points, has 2 threes, and a three-point play in there. As Scott City has Brooke Strine on a career night, 21 points, 11 for Erica Felker, but 8 for Cheyenne Kramer. That's been big. Get a third player involved in the scoring quite a bit. And a layup for Bruner. It'll head back to the foul line. Coronado is 4 of 5 tonight. The foul was on Kramer, just her first. Scott City's second of the half. Scott City, by the way, is 11 of 11 at the line tonight through 3 quarters with a 21-point lead. Bruner leaves that one short. Basketball tonight brought to you by Security State Bank, Scott Pro, Scott County Records, Scott County Hospital, Scott Cooperative Association, Scott Community Foundation, Scott City Pharmacy Giftologist, Scott City Eye Center, Rodenbeek Green Agency, Richards Financial Services, R&R Our Brothers Auto Body Mechanic, and Precision Agency. The second free throw doesn't hit iron, and it'll belong to Scott City with a 21-point lead early fourth quarter. Right side to Avery Lewis. Lewis back up top to Kendall Gentry. She has 5 points tonight. and trying to get into Trout. Does get it there. Now ball deflected out high, but picked up by Avery Lewis. She'll feed it back into Trout, and that time Deschanel Bruner got around Trout and kind of poked it up in the air. She is probably about a 6'1" junior, I'd say. As back in is going to be Allison Leisher getting a quick breather. 7:29 to go. Scott said it inbound it back in. They get it into Trout. Now back up top to Lewis. Lewis to Gentry. And Scott said with a pretty young lineup out there. 2 juniors, 3 sophomores. Just 1 senior, of course, on Scott City's team this year. Kramer. A little bit of a different lineup for them. They're not used to, but with a 21-point lead, you can experiment a little bit. Lewis's layup is blocked out of bounds, and now 2 of the starters come back in. Erica Felker and also Brooke Strine with 7:09 to go. So Strine's points at 21 are the difference in this ball game. She needs 3 more rebounds unofficially for another double-double, and she gets the rebound, and she got pushed that time, but they'll say a walk. Turnover number 10 on Scott City. 17 on Coronado with 7:07 to go in the game. No points yet in this fourth quarter. We're at 52-31. Stop and go. It's Martinez, and now a deep 3. It's off the heel. Rebound lost by Coronado, but we're going to get a foul underneath on Scott City. Brindley Stevens picks up the foul. That's her first, team's third. So they match their foul total from the first half. Rimple just 3 points tonight. She hit the opening 3 of the night for Coronado. 6:55 left. Now here's Martinez. A 3 is good in the left corner. That time assisted by Deschanel Bruner. She has 7, make that 9, and it's 52-34 with 6:45 to go. First points of the quarter belong to Coronado. Left side to Kendall Gentry. Gentry holds it. Back up top to Felker for an answer back 3. Straight away. No rebound, though, to Kendall Gentry. She has 4 boards tonight. New career high there for her, along with her 5 points into Stevens. Right baseline to Kramer. Up top, Felker. Left all alone. She will drive left side this time. Her layup is blocked by Leisher out of bounds. And it's still going to belong to Scott City, though, with 6:20 to go in this one. Here on KSKL Scott City. Beavers lead is at 18 at 52-34 in. Cheyenne Kramer catches it, gets it poked away, and Scott City's 11th turnover. Martinez pokes it away, and Kramer did not see her. She was pivoting. Up top now to Leisher. She'll drive a nice strong move over Strine. Might have been partially blocked, but the rebound right to Lookard, and a whistle and a foul underneath, I believe, on Scott City here. With 6:07 to go. Cheyenne Kramer picks up her second foul, and Coach Amy Felker, I think, wants to settle the, or correction, it's going to be timeout granted for Coronado. They want a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 6:07 to go, fourth quarter. Scott City 52, Coronado 34. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD.
Done with excellence.
Here's Odessa from Plain Jan's.
Plain Jan's, Plain Jan's, Plain Jan's. Oh, we do so many things.
Tell us about it, Odessa.
Well, we rent houses, big houses, little houses.
Okay, what else?
Plain Jan's prints gloves. Lots and lots and lots of gloves.
Tell me more.
Adam, my grandma who started Plain Jan's 35 years ago.
Wow, that was in 1987?
Yep, I wasn't even born then, and my mom Allie was just a little kid.
Now we know about Plain Jan's.
35 years old? Wow, that's really old.
Coronado's ball out of the timeout. They inbounded up top to Allie Leisher. 6:04 to go now to Deschanel Bruner. Bruner pulls back over Avery Lewis, too strong. Strine couldn't quite get the rebound, and in the hands of Coronado, and they'll get a Martinez 3-0, and the rebound to Bruner, and another crack at it for Coronado. Their third opportunity here with 5:45 to go. Bruner with it out high now to Leisher. She'll drive in, pull up in the paint, short. Rebound Bruner with another opportunity. Air follow, no. Fifth time, yes. Too many opportunities that time. Then Bruner now with 10. as it makes it 52-36 here with 5:29 to go. They've scored the last 7 points of the game. This is their biggest run of the night. Into Strine, catches it. Now goes her way in, lays it up, crawls in. It bounced around and decided to go home. 54-36 with 5:13 to go. Of course, by a mile, Scott City's biggest point total of the year in the young season. They had 40 and 54, and Coronado will throw it away. They tried to get it to Rimple in the left corner, and that is going to be their 18th of the night. Turnover, that is. But Coronado had their longest run of 7 in a row before that layup by Strine, who has now 23 on the night to go along with 7 boards. Strine left side to Gentry, now to Felker here with 4:50 to go. Back to Gentry. She'll dribble around the perimeter, drive to the foul line. Brinley Stevens, bounce pass right baseline to Avery Lewis. They'll work it up top. Gentry left side to Felker. Drives the left baseline and now throws it away. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there. Thought maybe Strine was cutting toward the basket, but turnover number 12. In transition, the layup is crawling out too strong for Leisure, and the rebound at Gentry, and she's fouled as she's working her way back down the court. Team foul number 5 on Coronado this half with 4:28 left. I believe they're going to get that on, I was thinking they were going to get it on Martinez, and they do. Okay, so that is her 4th, I guess. 4:28 to go. So that was her 3rd earlier in the game. We thought maybe they changed that, but they did not. And now it goes to Felker. Felker left corner to Gentry. 4:17 to go. Works around the perimeter, skips it right side to Brinley Stevens. Stevens holds it, needs help. Now she'll just drive the right baseline, pull up. Now Lewis will try a 17-footer right side and knocks it down. Her 5th point. 56-36 at the 4:03 mark of the 4th quarter. Scott City, as young as they are patient, but they work for a good shot. Here's a 3 straight away, and that's airballed out of bounds for Leisure. It belonged to Scott City, but this is a young team, and they seem pretty cohesive for a lot of new pieces to their puzzle this year. They're working on another 2-0 start for the 2nd straight year. Avery Lewis, with 3:41 to go, finds Brooke Strine, catches it, goes to her left, high off the glass, no, and balled around, and now into Felker. Almost walked with it. Now she tries to bounce pass it, somehow gets it out there, and now to Strine. That was to Stevens from Felker, and now work it up top here. Here's Stevens, entry feed into Strine, catches it, packs her way up. Here's Kendall Gentry, open for 3. No, and she is fouled. They're going to call a pushing foul out high on Maddie Lukert. That'll be her 3rd foul with 3:17 to go. That was on the box out. We're going to get 3 free throws, and that's team foul number 6 on Coronado this half. Gentry with a career-high 5 tonight. Heads to the line here for the 2nd time. First to 3. Bounces off. And first miss for Scott City tonight. Now 11 of 12, but pretty good percentage tonight. 2nd of 3. That decides to bounce in. There's 6, making it 57-36 with 3:17 to go. 3rd free throw pending for the 5'3" sophomore. Bends the knees, fires it up with the right hand, and nothing but nylon. 2 subs to check in for Scott City after it's a 58-36 game. Mackenzie Metzger, Megan Trouden, Brinley Stevens, Kendall Gentry check out. It's a 22-point lead as we approach 3:10 to go in this 4th quarter, 58-36. Scott City has their largest lead of the night here at 22. 3 minutes to go driving in. Here's Nation Brewer, and blocked that time and Strine with the board. That hasn't happened often here tonight. Here's Scott City in transition. Trout not expecting it, but give it to Strine from Trout. Little hockey assist there, even though they haven't scored yet. 2:48 to go. But you get the idea. Strine in the right corner will put it on the floor. She'll take it all the way. Pulls up, bank shot a little strong. Couldn't quite get the rebound. Scott City couldn't, in the hands of McKenna Rimple. She's looking for her 25th point, was the 6'1" senior. Now, 3 airballed right into the hands of Avery Lewis, who grabs her 5th board of the night. Now Scott City loses it, but they pick it back up to Strine. Trying to find somebody to feed it to. She'll have a couple of dribbles, and now to Trout, and now goes to Erica Felker with 2:18 left. It's almost safe to say Scott City's going to get to 2-0 on the year. as Coronado goes to man defense here, 58-36. 6-5 so far in the fourth quarter. And Felker, they're going to get a tie up as she tried to pull up there and almost did the splits. Jordan Coe makes her season debut. But before that, we have a timeout on the floor. With 2:01 to go, we'll take it as well. We'll come back in 1 minute. Scott City 58, Coronado 36. Back in a minute, this is Beaver basketball.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinics, skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
46 remaining in this one, 58-36. Trying to get into Trout, deflected but picked up by Trout. And now to Avery Lewis. And driving in, pump fake, shot up, no. Rebound into the hands of Deschanay Bruner. She has 10 points and 10 boards tonight. 90 seconds left in this one as Coach Amy Felker is going to go a little deeper to the bench and a layup for Bella Martinez. She has 11, and it's 58-38 with 1:21 to go. May get a timeout for substitution purposes here. We got 3 freshmen checking in for Scott City. As a timeout on the floor taken by Scott City. We'll take a 30-second break with 75 seconds left. 58-38, Beavers on top. Back in 30, this is Beaver basketball.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 controls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Back here inside the Scott Community Event Center. Girls game close to wrapping up here. A little outside of a minute left. 58-38. Scott City with the lead. They've been well in control here. They led 32-18 at the break. They've never trailed in this game. They've led by as many as 22. The lead right now at 20. As I mentioned, Scott City Coach Amy Felker going as deep as she can on the bench. She brings in 3 new players. They're all freshmen, their first varsity experience. Krista Irvin, one of those, a 5'4 freshman. Kaylee Felker, 5'6 freshman, and the 5'10 freshman Piper Fox. Kaylee Felker on cue, no, and a rebound, a whistle, and a holding foul. Well, if you're not going to score, you can get in the score column on a foul, and that's a foul on Coronado. That'll be the 7th team foul on the Lady Cougars. And it's on Bella Martinez. She'll check out with 11 points with 1:10 to go. And Coach Jeff Beatty will go deep to his bench here as well. He'll bring in Kenna White, also Lillian Manier, Libby Gutowski, and Millie Leonard. So Kaylee Felker with a 1-and-1, looking for her first varsity point. She's got it. 59-38 as the Beaver bench erupts there with 1:10 to go. So the varsity players, they're done for the night. They can rest up for a pretty good Liberal team coming to town tomorrow night. That'll be 1-0. Second free throw, also good true form there. 60 mark for the Beavers. 69 seconds to go, 60-38. Lady Beavers 2-3 zone. Mentioned those 3 freshmen checking in. You have Jordan Coe and Mackenzie Metzger also in there for Scott City. Driving in, Allison Leisher. She'll kick it out now, Kenna White. Leisher will fire a deep 3. Short. It'll go actually hit the front of the rim and then go over the backboard. But it was short. It bounced high and back over the backboard. We're seeing a lot of them go over the backboard tonight. Scott City's ball. Let's see who else can score for the first time. Metzger, right corner to Jordan Coe. Up top to Krista Irvin. Irvin will put it on the floor, almost traveled with it, got a little excited. Metzger with it now, 35 seconds left. Back to Kaylee Felker. Felker into Piper Fox. Fox holds it. And now right corner to Metzger. Looking to drive in now to Irvin. Irvin with 24 seconds to go. Up top to Jordan Coe. Coe holds it. Try to get it to Fox. She'll catch it. Nice up and under move. Oh, go up for it. Felker will shoot the 2. She'll be short, but the rebound to Irvin. And she will try to go back up. No, and the rebound into the hands of Manier for Coronado. And then stolen away by Metzger with 7 seconds to go. Irvin, 4 seconds, 3. Fox, Metzger, she'll hold it this time. And that's all she wrote. 60-38 is your final. As Scott City's now 2-0 on the year. Coronado falls to 1-3. But a great effort tonight for Scott City as they get win number 2 on the year. We'll begin our post-game show here coming up here in about 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
The world needs more farmers, people who know the land, people who support rural communities, people who are as diverse as each acre they care for. But unless you've been born and raised on a family farm, it's nearly impossible to become a farmer. That's why we are building a team of people from our hometown and across the world to do what they love. We are not just a family farm, we are a multi-family farm. We are Volgamore Family Farms.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
Vehicle maintenance, something no one wants to think about. Here at Burtis Motor Company, we make it easy. We do it all, from major engine overhauls to that all-important oil change. We also offer BG products and nitrogen for your tires. Our staff and technicians are Ford trained and certified. So when you think maintenance, think Burtis Motors, your best deal destination.
Postgame show here tonight brought to you by Scott City Ace Hardware and, of course, the host of your Scott City Coaches Show Wednesday nights during the season here on Mix 94.5. Adam Kadavy back with you here in Scott City as Lady Beavers are 2-0 on the year, and they are victorious here tonight, 60-38. Never trailed in this game, and they really put together a pretty good output or effort here tonight and pulled away early in that third quarter. And pretty balanced attack, and I know Coach Felker is going to be pleased about that here, and so you get some more scores involved, and it makes it a little tougher for the opponents to kind of guard you a little bit more. But we'll get into that here in a little bit. First off, I should say, final scoring here in tonight's ball game. As Coronado, they're now 1-3 on the year. They were led tonight. They had 12 points from Allison Leisure, 13 from Deschanay Bruner, 10 from Bruner. Also 11 for Bella Martinez, and that was a big bulk of their scoring. So Leisure with 12, 11 for Martinez, 10 for Bruner, and then just 5 more points after that, 3 for McKenna Rimple and 2 for Maddie Lucard, as they had 20 turnovers tonight. They were 4 of 7 at the line, 14 fouls, 7 steals, 14 defensive rebounds, 6 offensive boards for a total of 20 rebounds. For Scott City, 2-0 Lady Beavers, as they were led in scoring tonight here. Brooke Strine, she had 23 points. I believe that's a new career high for her, and unofficially 8 rebounds, so she was just a couple rebounds shy of a double-double once again, but good effort for her tonight. 11 for Erica Felker. She had 3 threes in the game. Career high 8 points. Those all came in the first half for Cheyenne Kramer, and she was really solid along the right baseline. There were back-to-back baskets there. Also 7 for Kendall Gentry tonight. That's a new career high for her. 5 for Avery Lewis. And then Mackenzie Metzger, Megan Trounce, each with a 2-point basket. And Kaylee Felker got in there late, her first career points. She had 2 points here tonight from the foul line. Scott City, speaking of foul shots tonight, they were pretty good there. 15 of 16. I think you could take that any night. They had 12 turnovers, 12 steals, just 6 fouls, 32 rebounds. They owned the glass tonight, 14 defensive and 18 offensive. And we're starting to see this group here become a little bit more confident here. And from game 1 to game 2, they took some steps in the right direction forward here tonight, and they won it here tonight by the count of 60-38. So they're averaging 50 points in 2 games. They held Coronado to 10 points below their average and their second lowest point total of the year. The most points that Coronado has also given up this year. It's actually their first trip outside of their own gym. And so a great win here tonight for Scott City, 60-38. We'll step aside. We'll have a 2-minute break. We'll either have Coach Amy Felker or we'll have a pregame interview with Coach Brian Gentry. We'll do that in 2 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
As your local
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the App Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
Fairley Feed Yard in Scott City takes pride in being part of Kansas's cattle feeding industry and is constantly aware of the specific needs of today's cattlemen. You can expect the best at Fairley Feed Yard, located 7 miles south and 6 miles west of Scott City. They believe in the importance of feed and ration preparation, health programs, death loss management, and overall handling of your feeder cattle. Fairley Feed Yard supports the area activities and youth of Western Kansas. Make Fairley Feed Yard your custom cattle feeder. That's Fairley Feed Yard of Scott City. The Scott Recreation Commission invites you to come get fit in their fitness center, no matter what your focus is. The Scott Recreation Commission features a wide variety of fitness activities, including free weights and cardio. With an affordable membership, you're able to access not only the fitness area, but also group fitness classes. Find out your workout opportunities at the Scott Recreation Commission Fitness Center, 912 Jefferson Street in Scott City. You can also sign up online at scottrec.org.
Dr. Yeager with Pro Health Chiropractic Office, what do you strive for with your patients?
Our goal, our vision, our desire is to help our communities be healthier and be able to provide that quality of health, not just for today, but I'd like to sit across the table from patients in years to come and realize we've made a difference in their life.
How do we get a hold of you?
271-0243 in Garden City. In Scott City, 872-2310. They can always go on the web at prohealthks.com.
Feel better now. Make an appointment with Dr. Yeager today.
Welcome back to the Scott Community Events Center in Scott City, set to take on the Coronado Cougars. Adam Kadavy with you. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. I'm joined here with Coach Brian Gentry in the pregame. And, Coach, thanks for joining me here this evening. Off to a good start here at 1-0. Last Friday night after your victory over the Hoisington Cardinals. And really, I think you had to be pretty happy with how Game 1 turned out. I know there were a lot of turnovers, but overall, getting 1-0 is a big start to the season.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the goal every night, go 1-0 on every game night and, never overlook an opponent. So, I thought Hoisington played I thought they played really hard. I mean, we knew they were going to play hard. They were very intentional on their offense. They weren't, trying to force anything, but I thought we guarded pretty well for the most part. We were able to speed them up and get them to take some bad shots. And, offensively, when they settled into that zone, I thought we were forcing a little bit early. We shot a lot of threes early on in that first and second quarter. I think we were, probably 2-1, when for 3s to 2s. We don't really want that, but at the same time, Dylan got hot early, so, those are shots that we want him to take. And so we've got to be a little bit better against the zone, and we'll have that opportunity tonight a little bit.
Do you feel like that your bench is going to be pretty consistent coming off here and getting some minutes?
Yeah, I would imagine, our guys are going to get some more minutes, in this 3 games in 3 days. We're going to need some more legs out there, some more guys to give us bigger minutes. And that's fine. You got to earn minutes in game, and in practice. And our guys are doing a good job. They're battling. I thought a couple of our guys really had good weeks to get in there and give our guys a little bit of a break, but guys, 7, 8, 9 guys maybe, that get the bulk of the minutes, and we kind of see, foul trouble and things like that and how the game's going. But, I really look for our bench to come in and give us some good minutes. We've got some playmakers over there. We've got some guys that really hustle defensively. So, I look for those guys to give us some more minutes than they got on Friday.
Once again, Coach Brian Gentry here pregame tonight. Scott City facing Coronado. And this is a team I know that struggled out of the gates early on, but still they're going to have a lot of athletes. And coming in tonight, you remember maybe a couple of them from last year, and it all starts with their one main guard.
Yeah, 24 is he's their guy. They've already played 3 games, so that's kind of an advantage for them. In those 3 games, he's averaging 23 points a game. I would guess he's probably around 10, 12 rebounds too. Very quick, very athletic, contests a lot of shots. And again, if we let him catch on the block, it's going to be tough because he's going to be able to elevate over the top and get shots off. We've got to make sure we make him work when they go to their 1-3-1 zone. He's on top. So we really want to work him and make him, expand a lot of energy on that defensive side. And then, defensively, we've got to be in good positioning to help with lob passes in over the top. Jackson and whoever's down in the post will need to do a good job of fronting him and taking him away. I mean, he's their guy. And they've got enough decent shooters around him that you can't just, pack in the paint and force those guys to shoot threes because they can get hot. And again, you go back to they've played 3 games. And that's a big advantage. So, our guys, I look for them to take another step forward. And I think this is going to be a team that we have that is going to, just steadily improve throughout the year. They're going to get more comfortable playing together. They're going to be able to read each other a little bit better. But this is a game that they try to kind of change their tempo. Man on a miss, zone on a make, multiple different looks on baseline out of bounds. We got to be ready for everything, but we had a good week of practice, and I'm excited to get this going.
3 games in 3 days begins here tonight with Coronado at home, and Coach Brian Gentry pregame joining me. Thanks again, Coach, for the time, and good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Coach All right, once again, those are the comments from Scott City coach Brian Gentry here as Scott City wins it here tonight by the final, or I should say we'll get the boys pregame continued, but we're going to come back with the girls game here as we're joined here with Coach Amy Felker. Lady Beavers put up 60 at home tonight here in a 60-38 victory. Well, congratulations, Coach. You guys never trailed in this game. Coronado got close early in the ball game, but you guys just slowly built the lead quarter by quarter there. And you guys at times, I said this to you before we went on, at times you guys were kind of bullies down there tonight.
The officials let us play, and we were physical. We played as physical as the refs would let us go, and it was a clean physicalness, and so I really liked that we were battling on the boards, and we were really making some pressure stops and that kind of stuff. So, I feel like we did a really good job on defense and stuff.
I know there was a lot of concern coming in with their height, and I mean they're a bigger team than you guys, but you guys had the more fight in you guys just across the board. You have even Kendall Gentry times coming down there getting rebounds. You have Cheyenne Kramer just ripping rebounds away, and Brooke Strine just flying all over the court there. It just felt like a total team effort once again tonight.
It was. Everybody really stepped their game up. We really put our focus on defense and rebounds, and they took rebounds to heart. Little girls were going to rebound. The big girls were rebounding. We were going on the offense and defensive end. So, I'm super proud of how well we did on the rebounds tonight.
I'd say your defense was pretty sound again tonight.
Yeah, we had a lot of good possessions. We would really double on the post and not let them get anything easy down there. Offensively, they got a couple of drives on us, but we started to correct some of those things. So we didn't let them get very many open shots. The times that they did get an open shot, they really let us pay for those.
Yeah, but, that happens sometimes. But, I thought your offense at times was patient tonight, and I thought they moved the ball around to really crisp passes there, and they would get some good looks, whether it was Brooke Strine, who dominated again tonight with 23 points, and Erica had some really good looks from three. And, and kind of going into it as well, you were probably looking for that third, fourth person to kind of be that scorer. You had Cheyenne Kramer at time, or in that first half, that was big for you. And then Kendall Gentry in the second half with her 7 points. You needed one of those players to really step up and help with the scoring, take the load off of Erica and Brooke.
You talked about Brooke. She did a great job of posting strong and wanting the ball, and the other girls really did a great job of getting her the ball and feeding her. Erica, she made some nice little shots for us on the perimeter. But those other girls, it is so nice when somebody steps up and has the confidence to shoot those big shots. And that's just going to get a little bit better every single game. Everybody's still taking that one or two shots. So, we just got to know where our sweet spot is. And when it comes to us and we're ready, we're just going to knock it down.
And, to get to win to start off here, this is big for you guys, I think. And the way you guys were kind of able to frustrate Coronado tonight, and it was something that, they maybe not, it was something a little different maybe that they have seen.
I don't think they see a lot of zones, and so it was nice to put that out there on them. We battled them, we pushed, and we did what we needed to do, and if you attack them, you just got to keep attacking the whole night. You can't let up. We started to a couple times, but then we started going back hard again. So, the girls played a great game tonight.
Well, turn around here in 24 hours, you get a pretty good 1-0 Liberal team coming into town tomorrow night.
Yeah, I told them go home and watch some game film on Liberal and see what they got. We're ready to go. We want to come in and compete and play strong against a WAC team and give them everything we got. And being at our hometown, I think we got a good shot to compete and to even pull this one out.
I think it should be a fun one tomorrow night and Saturday. It's a WAC weekend now officially for you guys.
Absolutely. We're ready.
All right, Coach Amy Felker joining me here post-game. Thanks as always, Coach, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
All right, once again, Coach Amy Felker recapping the girls' game, a 60-38 victory. We'll come back in 2 minutes, and we'll talk about the boys coming up here. Back in 2 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
And they got a runner late in overtime to win it 58-56 that is over Scott City. And then 3 years ago they rallied in the fourth quarter to win it 71-67 when Scott City in 2019 led it pretty much the entire night. The Beavers won the first meeting back in 2018 by 5 at 61-56. Scott City, if they can get a win here tonight, they'd get 2-0. It'd be the first time in 6 years that Scott City would start 2-0. See if they can get that pulled off here tonight, but standing in their way are the 0-3 Coronado Cougars. They've gotten better as they've gone through this season early on. 43 points and a 71-43 loss to Garden City, 67-49 loss to Palmer Ridge. They scored 68 against Lakewood last Saturday, but still lost by 7, 75-68. And it's going to be real tonight because their leading scorer is Reality Smith. He averages 23 points a game in 3 games. He scored 35 against Lakewood in their 75-68 setback, and he was 8 of 13 from the foul line. So he's going to be one to watch for. They don't have a lot of other stats, just mainly the points and the free throw shooting. And they don't do it really on threes. They've only hit 12 threes through 3 games. So they made an average of 4 through the first 3 games. And they're 60% at the foul line at 34-57, but you know they're going to be drivers and slashers in, and it's going to be key for Scott City tonight if they can get into the head a little bit of their main players, Seth Enoch and Reality Smith. That's 30, make that 33 of their 53 points per ball game between those two here, that coming in here too tonight. And see what Scott City do. The Beavers, they started sluggish, a lot of nerves, 5 possessions, 5 turnovers to start last Friday night, but then they really settled down, and yeah, they had some turnovers, but they're going to want to go up and down the floor here as they had a big performance from Jackson Rumford. The 6'5 sophomore had 20 points and 15 rebounds, both of those career bests last Friday night in the victory. We'll see a lot of players checking in here tonight just because of the pace, not only because of the pace, but just also with what Scott City can bring off the bench. They like what they have on the bench as well to come in and check in, but Scott City, they're going to rely a lot on Jackson Rumford and Austin Bailey scoring here tonight as well. But we'll get to more of that here momentarily here as we will. The spirit line forms on the floor for Scott City. The student section tonight, the big chunk of that sitting over behind the Scott City bench. So that's a little different look for here on the court. Our principal, Matt Byer, had to move him away from the Coronado bench. That's probably a good move. As we will get to your starting lineups there, presented here by Security State Bank in Scott City and Leota Free Bill Pay and Online Banking, safe, secure, and easy to use. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. For the Coronado Cougars, it'll be Garden City legend Cody Burdenbeck in his third season, head coach for Coronado. Be assisted by Rick Rinks and Logan Javernick. They will only suit up 9 tonight for the Coronado Cougars. They will start Jalen Jarbo. He is a sophomore. He averages 8.3 points a game. Seth Enoch, he averages 10.3 points a game. Dylan Duyema, he's a junior, averages 3.5 points a game. As I mentioned, Reality Smith, he is one to watch out for. He's a junior, averages 22.7 points a game. And the fifth starter tonight is it'd be Jackson Gutowski, the junior. He averages 3 points a game. So once again, Jalen Jarbo, Dylan Duyema, Jackson Gutowski, Seth Enoch, and Reality Smith for the Cougars of Coronado out of the Colorado Springs Metro South Conference. For Scott City, Brian Gentry in his 7th season, assisted by Joey Meyer and Drew Kite. And for the second straight game, it's the same lineup. Dylan Metzger, the 6'1 senior, averages 14 and 7 a game. Avery Knoll, the 6'3 junior, 5.7 boards on Friday against Hoisington last week. Alex Tarango, he had 1 point and 1 rebound last week. He's a 5'9 sophomore. Jackson Rumford, he was a double-double machine against Hoisington with 20 points and 15 boards. He's a 6'5 sophomore. And Lawson Bailey, the 6'1 senior, 10 points, 3 assists, and 4 steals. Dylan Metzger, Avery Knoll, Alex Tarango, Jackson Rumford, Lawson Bailey, the 5 to start tonight for the Scott City Beavers. As they are wrapping up those starting lineups, of course, it is Beaver Blue here this evening. And home white number or white jerseys for the Beavers. Those are your Security State Bank starting lineups. Keys tonight here are presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout, where you go the proven winner when it comes to insurance. They score big with their policy holders. And let State Farm quote your odds today and make you part of the Trout State Farm team. Keys tonight for Scott City. You got to keep Reality Smith in front of you. And Seth Enoch, they're the ones that'll drive and slash. Smith already with 28 field goals this year through 3 games. 2 of those, just 2 of those, I should say, are threes. Second key tonight, Scott City has to crash the boards. They did a great job the other night against Hoisington. Coronado in the red. The red and black numbers with white trim. Scott City in their home whites tonight with the light blue numbers and letters and darker blue trim. The Beavers win the tap and we're underway. Dylan Metzger run the point. Coronado will go man-to-man defense as we're underway here in the Scott Community Event Center. Alex Tarango with it. One dribble high left to Lawson Bailey, trying to feed it in the paint. He does so to Rumford. Nice give and go. Bailey fumbles it, picks it back up, but he's going to be called for a travel. And Scott City, 1 possession and 1 turnover, 19 seconds into the game. That far, Bailey got a little too far underneath the basket, and so he was kind of stuck. You could have easily also seen a 3-second lane violation as well on the Beavers. There were 2 people camped in the paint there. First possession here for Coronado. Gutowski and a whistle and a double dribble. Good defense out high. And it'll be Scott City's ball. No score, 7:28 to go first quarter. You have to think a little bit. Gentry alluded to it in the pregame interview that could be a little bit of advantage for Coronado. They have 3 games under their belt. Scott City just 1. Beavers break the press and that they turn it over for the second time. And Coronado turns it over for the second time as well. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. And almost like Groundhog Day all over again for Scott City. Hey, they won that last time, but now lob into Rumford. Power dribbles, pivots, his reverse layup blocked. The rebound goes to Coronado in transition. Ooh, almost a walk, but almost a steal as well. Enoch with it. A little over a minute in. Scott City got a shot up that time, just couldn't quite convert. No score. Driving right side. Now right baseline to Jarbeau. Cut off up top. Scott City opening up man-to-man. Avery Nolan now guarding Enoch. I'll flip it over right corner to Gutowski underneath. The ball knocked away. Good defense by Alex Tarango rotating on the defense. It'll be Coronado's ball to inbound with 6:37 to go first quarter. Still scoreless here in Scott City. Game 2 of this twin bill. They'll get it in to Reality Smith. He'll drive underneath. Loses it as he's getting ready to go up in a steal. Third turnover for the Cougars. Scott City opportunity to score the first points of the night. Smith just lost the handle on it. Bailey turns down the deep three. He'll drive in. His floater's blocked, and they're going to get a hack. And 2 free throws coming up for Bailey. They're going to get Gutowski on the foul. That's his first, this junior. Just one senior on Coronado's team, and he doesn't even play, or hasn't started, I should say. Bailey 1 of 2 at the line this year, make it 1 of 3. Boy, Scott City was just 40% from the line. I think that's a violation on Coronado, a lane violation, so Bailey will look to make Coronado pay for it. Bailey's first, too strong. Scott City was just 6 of 15 against Hoisington. Bailey 1 of 2 at the line on Friday night last week, had 10 points. Pretty consistent stat line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He's short on that second, almost got the rebound, but Enoch got in front of him. Still scoreless here, 6:20 to go first quarter, right corner. Now up top to Enoch. He'll drive in on Bailey. He'll take it, kick it over left baseline for a 3, and that is too strong. Put up by Duyema, rebound Jackson Rumford. So he tallies board number 1 of the night. 2 minutes in, still scoreless. Scott City with the ball, moving left to right here in half number 1. Rumford with it up top, goes right side to Avery Knoll, gets a screen, bounce pass to Dylan Metzger left side. They'll try to feed it in Jackson Rumford, power dribble, and then as it goes up, Reality Smith blocks it out of bounds, and it'll be still Scott City ball. A power dribble and then going back up, allowed Smith to catch up with it. And they'll flip it out high right to Metzger. He'll take a guarded 3. It's off the right. Rebound in the hands of Coronado. Still scoreless for a little over 2 minutes. Now they have a run out. 2-on-1 numbers. 3-on-1. The layup crawls off that time. And the rebound to Scott City in the hands of Avery Knoll. In transition to Dylan Metzger. And he'll lose it out of bounds. And that'll be turnover number 3 on Scott City. So 3 turnovers for both teams. 2.5 minutes in, still scoreless. Here in first night of this Clarion Inn Roundball Classic. Now driving his way into Smith. Right corner, here's a 3, and that is too strong. And then Knoll couldn't quite reel in the rebound. It went behind him, and Coronado's going to get another crack at it here. Duyema tried that in the right corner. He's had both their attempts for Coronado. Now Reality Smith, guarded by Rumford, drives the left baseline, pivots, puts it up, misses it badly. But Coronado crashes the boards and ripped away almost by Bailey. We're going to get a tie-up, and it will still stay Cougar basketball with 5:17 to go first quarter. Still scoreless. Not been the prettiest of starts here by all means. Lob into Smith. He'll catch it, looking to drive in with the left-handed dribble. Now cut off. Back up top it goes to Jarbeau. Here's a deep 3 right side, too strong. Rebound in the hands of Lawson Bailey. That was put up that time by Enoch. 5 minutes to go first quarter. Bailey underneath the Rumford, catches it, backs his way in. Little hook shot, no. Rebound loose, and we're going to get a tie-up as Tarango tied it up with Reality Smith. It'll still stay Scott City's ball on the possession arrow. Boy, the Beavers 0 of 3 from the floor to begin. Coronado 0 of 4. We're still scoreless here. Checking in for the first time is going to be Bradley Morrow. He's a junior. 4.3 points. He had 6 against Lakewood, and now Rumford loses it. Stripped in 4th turnover. Lead pass intercepted, and now they get it down the court to Rumford, and he gets pushed from behind. 4 turnovers for both teams here in the early going. Team foul number 2 on the Cougars. That's the second on Jackson Gutowski. Underneath, Rumford finds it. And finally, somebody scored. They got the lid off the rim, and it's Radford making it 2-0 with 4:40 to go first quarter. Good defense out high. Scott City yet to sub. Coronado will send their second to the scores table, and here's a steal. It's Tarango. He'll drive in his layup. No. Follow up. Let's see. It's still loose underneath, and it's going to be Cougars with the ball. Then Bailey tried to steal it. And they're going to say last touch by Coronado. Jeremy Brown, the senior, in for the first time, the lone senior for Coronado in. 4:22 to go first quarter. We're at 2-0 for Scott City. Been a rough start for both teams. Seth Enoch and a whistle. We're going to get a hack out high. That'll be team foul number 1 on Scott City with 4:14 to go first. That'll be on Dylan Metzger, his first. Not that Scott City shot poorly. They've had some good opportunities, just haven't been able to cash in on them. Really, both teams have had some good looks. Nice give and go, and that's going to be a block. Alex Tarango tried to take the charge, and 2 quick fouls on the Beavers here with 4:14 to go first quarter. And Coach Brian Gentry sends Dylan Duff to the scores table. He'll be the first sub off the bench tonight, replacing Alex Tarango. 2-0 still. 4:14 here in the first. Coronado inbounds it up top to Reality Smith. Oh, he may have gotten away with the walk. Here's a catch and shoot, right wing 3. No. Rebound in good position underneath by Avery Knoll. Kicks it out to Dylan Metzger midway first quarter. Down the floor, Duff, and he steps right on the baseline for turnover number 5 on Scott City. That was a good idea that time, but just got a little bit too far underneath the basket of Duff, and he couldn't quite keep those feet in. And it's still 2-0. We're 4 minutes into this ball game. Jeremy Brown hands it off. Here's Reality Smith, and it's stolen away. Pickpocketed, 6 turnover. Here's Metzger. Oh, he slides on the floor. A lot of contact to let it go, and they could have called a travel easily on him. And here's Coronado back the other way. The layup, and we're tied. It rolls in for Enoch Smith. 2-2 with 3:40 to go first quarter. 2-2. Lob to Bailey in the front court. Now bounce pass to Noah, right head fake. He'll drive right baseline, pump fake. Hank shoots, a lot of contact, but he gets the rebound and the bank shot home. A line drive, bank shot, already has 3 boards, and it's 4-2 with 3:17 to go first quarter. The Beavers back up by 2, and now kick it left corner. Here's a 3 for the lead. Too strong, rebound into the hands of Jackson Rumford for Scott City. Airballed that time by Duyema. He's already attempted 3 threes. Duff to Lawson Bailey with 3 minutes head fake. And they're looking to drive in, trying to get the screen. He pick and roll here, but no, it's Duff left corner for 3. Too strong, long rebound, still loose, but picked up by Bradley Moore, and a whistle and a foul. That'll be team foul number 3 on Scott City in this first quarter. And they're going to get Jackson Rumford with the personal, his first. Coy Vance in, replacing Avery Knoll here with 2:50 here in this opening quarter. It's Scott City 4, Coronado 2. Both teams really struggling shooting early on here. Enoch with the lone basket for Coronado. He'll drive in, and he will tie it up at 4. 2:42 to go first quarter. 2 ties in this game, and Coronado ties it back up as they apply a little 1-3, look like 1-3-1. Here's Duff with it, skips it over left to Lawson Bailey. He'll pull up for the mid-range left elbow jumper. Oh, that went halfway and out. Rumford with a follow, no. And here's Coronado back the other way with the Reality Smith. He weaves his way around, and he leaves the dunk short. And then stepping out of bounds, trying to get the rebound. That's the wrong place to do that if you're a Reality Smith. You leave the dunk, he stops short on the rim, and it's Scott City ball. 4-4 with 2:18 to go first quarter. Lawson Bailey now to Dylan Metzger in the front court right. Back to Bailey out high left as a defense here, and good defense. And now Vance gets tripped up, and that'll be team foul number 3 on Coronado. And that'll be on Jeremy Brown, I believe. That'll be his first, and that'll be the 3rd on the Cougars. As they bring in Jalen Jarbo and Jackson Gutowski in. A 2:04 here in this first quarter, tied at 4. Inbound end to Metzger left corner. They work back up, almost thrown away, and Lawson Bailey draws a foul on Jackson Gutowski. That is his third foul with 1:59 to go first quarter. So 6 minutes in, he already has 3 fouls. He has 3 of their 4 fouls. And Coach Cody Burnbeck will have to send back in Bradley Morrow in for him, and he's going to be down for quite a while. Inbound into Metzger. Pump fakes on the 3. And now Bailey deflected, but gets his own deflection that time. And now double team out high. Right corner, Metzger. He'll fire the 3. Too strong, but right to Duff, who puts it up short. And that time they'll say last touch by Scott City. Boy, they have had some good opportunities in this first quarter. And they've rebounded well, but just a little short there on that follow-up. As in is Camden Volgamore, the 6-foot sophomore, replacing Dylan Duff. 1:41 here in this first quarter. We're tied at 4, and then here's Jackson Run for the steal. Pump fakes, goes up, banks it home. He has 4. Nice hustle play that time. 6-4 with 1:34 to go first quarter. 7th Coronado Cougar turnover. Jarboe, right corner. With it is Seth Enoch. Back up top to Jarboe. Lob underneath Revali Smith. Deflected off the backboard, and Sky City forces turnover number 8. Volgamore now to Jackson Rumford with 1:18 to go first quarter. Sky City lead at 2 at 6-4 with the ball. Flip it over to Lawson Bailey. Turns down the 3. Goes to his right looking for a pick and roll. Can't find it. Now he'll flip it out high to Vance. He'll take the deep 2. He'll be wide left on that, but rebound loose. Picked up by Volgamore. Hands it off to Rumford. He splits the defenders. Bank shot home. He has 6. And it's 8-4 with 55 seconds to go first quarter. Scott City now left corner. Here's Morrow for 3. Crawls off, rebound, and we're going to get a push, I think, on Coy Vance. And that'll be Scott City's 4th foul of the quarter with 48.3 to go first period. They're going to get Vance with the foul as first. Eloy Ruelas in for the first time. Also in is Alex Trango as Lawson Bailey checks out. And also Cade Bonville in for the first time. Or no, that's not right. Anyways, yeah, Cade Bonville is in for the first time, the 6'3 junior. Thrown away right in the hands of Tarango. 4-point lead for Scott City. 9th Cougar turnover. 40 seconds to go first quarter. Metzger, the lone starter on the court right now for Scott City. Here's Eloy Rillis. Turns down the 3. He'll have a runner down the lane. Misses it as it deadens on the back iron. Dylan Juyema with the board for Coronado with 30 seconds to go first quarter. But good look that time for Ruelas. And Coronado is going to turn it over for the 10th time in this first quarter. 8-4 for Scott City. Coronado just 2 of 9 from the floor. Scott City 4 for a lot here. We'll try to get some stats for you. Volgamore in midair. Can't get the layup to go, but rebound Bonville to Eloy Ruelas, who knocks down his first varsity points. 10-4 with 10 seconds to go first quarter, and Scott City with the last 6 points of the game with 4 seconds, 3, 2 seconds, 1 second, and Raleigh Smith shot no, and that's the end of your first quarter. Scott City with a 6-point lead in a wild 8 minutes of play at 10-4. We'll come back in 1 minute for the second quarter. This is Beaver basketball.
Fairly Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current Beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairly Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
It is a 10-4 Scott City lead after the first quarter. The Beavers, by the way, just 5 of 18 from the field. Coronado, just 2 of 10. They had 10 turnovers in that first quarter. Scott City had 5. Beavers with a 6-point lead. As it's Coronado ball to begin the second quarter, they had everybody on the wrong side of the court acting like Scott City was getting the ball to begin the second period. The Beavers with a 6-point lead. With it is Enoch Smith. He has all 4 of Coronado's points. Jackson Rumford has 6 of Scott City's 10, and there's Reality Smith around his screen. He nails his third 3 of the year and ends the 6-0 Scott City run. 10-7 here with 7:38 to go first half. Dylan Metzger will lob it, and it's picked up by Camden Bulgamore. He'll drive in. He'll just pull up mid-range. Misses it wide right. Deflected out high. Eloy Ruelas. Now backside. Here's Bonneville. Loses the ball out of bounds. And it'll be turnover number 6. Good effort, though, nonetheless, by Bonneville. Just couldn't quite reel the dribble in. Scott City with a 10-7 lead, but Smith with it. He'll drive in strong. He'll split the defenders and lay it up. He has 5 quick points after being scoreless in the first quarter. And it's now 10-9 with 7:13 to go first half. And there we see the explosiveness and the athleticism. And on cue, he deflects the pass out of bounds as Coach Brian Gentry sends 3 to check in. Jackson Rumford, Lawson Bailey, and Avery Nolan. Cade Bonneville, Camden Volgamore, and Dylan Metzger will exit for the first time tonight. So a 5-0 Coronado run has pulled the Cougars to within 1 here in the first minute of this second quarter at 10-9. They're now 4 of 12 shooting. Scott City 5 of 18. That's below 30%. Alex Tarango tried to split the defenders. We're going to get a reach-in foul on the Cougars, and that is going to be on Seth Enoch. That'll be his first and team's 5th. They had Jackson Gutowski, a junior, commit 3 fouls in the first quarter. We probably won't see him until the second half. Scott City's already played 10 players here. Ruelas now to Lawson Bailey. He'll drive in inside the 3-point arc, left side. Now to Jackson Rumford. Pump fakes, reverses layup. He's got 8. Nice move that time. 12-9, 6:44 to go first. Beavers in the 5-0 Coronado run. Smith catch and shoot 3 for the tie. Almost banked it in, tipped around. Coronado saves it into play. Still tipped around, and it's going to be last touch by the Cougars, and it'll be Scott City ball. 6:33 first half. A lot of action in this first half. A lot of turnovers. Shooting getting a little better. 12-9, Scott City lead. And here's Eloy Ruelas, gets around a Coronado defender, and then lobs it for Knoll. Catches underneath the basket. Somehow to Rumford, who puts up the wild shot. No. Got his own rebound. Hook shot. No. Rebound. Third time the charm. He has 10 already in the first half, and he's adding to his rebound total, and it's a 14-9 lead with 6:13 to go first half. Here's Reality Smith, and through contact, banks it home. 14-11 with 6:08 to go first half. He now has 7 all in this quarter, and that ends the quick 4-0 Scott City run. And now with it is Lawson Bailey. Bailey into Rumford. Backs his way in. Nice footwork. Lays it up. Scores it. He has 12. Already all 6 of Scott City's points in this quarter. 5:50 to go first half. It's 16-11. Coronado quickly down the other way. Layup no. And then we're going to get a foul over the back on Avery Knoll with a push. His first, team's 5th, off the layup by Seth Enoch. Enoch had the first 4. Reality Smith has had the last 7 as Dylan Metzger returns. He'll replace Eloy Ruelas. And in is going to be Jeremy Brown for Dylan Duyema. 16-11, 5:43 first half. Cougar ball underneath their own basket. Both teams with 5 fouls in the first half. Enoch, or to Reality Smith, he'll back his way in on Rumford and then flip it out high to Bradley Morrow. As Coronado backs it out here, trying to spread out this Scott City defense. 5-point Beaver lead, Coronado ball. 5.5 to go first half. Smith now stop and go. Here's Morrow, loses the dribble, loose, and picked up by Coronado in the corner, and they're going to throw it into the backcourt, and that'll be their 11th turnover. Over and back violation, turnover number 11. Here on KSKL Scott City, back to the Beavers as they tried to add to their 5-point advantage with 5:21 to go first half. Coronado picks up Scott City in the half court. Metzger with it, goes right side of the pass. The Beavers have yet to hit a 3 tonight. And flashing in, there's Tarango. Rumford, the hot hand, and it remains red hot. He has 14 already in the half. 14 of Scott City's 18 points as we approach 5 minutes to go first half. Here's the 3 in the left corner, and that is good. Rattled home. Bradley Morrow hits his first 3 of the year, and they have 2 threes in this quarter, and it's 18-14 with 4:50 to go first half. So Scott City had an 8-2 run there before that 3. Lawson Bailey Up top to Metzger. He'll try and answer back three. Bingo! Metzger with his 5th three of the year. 21-14 timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout here with 4:39 to go first half. And it is taken by Scott City's coach Brian Gentry of 4:39 to go. Big answer back three. Scott City's first three of the night. Basketball presented here tonight by Pokey Feeders, Platinum H Insurance, Plain Jane's New Life Market, Norders Supply, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Midwest Mixer, Western Bearing, Metzger Appraisals, Metzger Family Farms, McCarty Family Farms, Lone Tree Farms and Livestock, Lebanon Lawn and Tree, and Jackson Legal Group. Scott City up 21-14. They're up 10-4 after the end of the first quarter. Both teams really firing much better in this second quarter. You knew it was going to be the case. The rims finally got a little wider in this second quarter. It's an 11-10 run for Scott City in the second quarter here in the first 3 minutes and 21 seconds of this period. But Jackson Rumford, what a big half for him. He already has 14 of Scott City's 21 points. 3 make that 4 Beavers have scored this first half. Reality Smith has 7, and a little pressure out high. Here's another left corner 3, too strong that time for Morrow, and Avery Knoll grabs his 4th board of the half. 21-14, Scott City trying to expand on their largest lead at 7. 4:20 to go, second quarter of play. Coronado goes to a man now underneath the Rumford, catches it, power dribble, splits the defenders, goes up and scores it. What a half he's had. 16 already, 23-14, and 4:10 to go first half. And Coronado trying to push the pace down the court. They throw it away for the 12th turnover. Back in is going to be Dylan Duyema, and also in for the first time is Lyric Smith. He's a freshman, and he is the brother of Reality Smith, as that will be Jalen Jarbo. And in transition, here's Scott City hanging, shooting. Knoll, got his own rebound. They got it stripped out of his hands, but Metzger saves the possession for the Beavers. 3:58 to go first half. Here's Alex Tarango looking to drive. Left side, Lawson Bailey, head fake. He'll drive left baseline, pump fakes. He'll just pull it for the jumper. Might have been partially blocked, but right to Rumford. Flips it up. No, leaves it short. Got his own rebound, and he's stuff going up, but another opportunity, another offensive board, and here's Lawson Bailey, kisses it off the glass for his first 2 points of the night. And it's 25-14 and another turnover. 3:34 to go first half. Left corner, Metzger for 3. Too strong, long rebound. Here's Coronado. They have 13 turnovers and almost 14. That time Enoch got the board, and now to Lyric Smith. Here's Reality Smith going in, flips up too strong, and rebound Avery Knoll kind of pushes Smith off of him. He already has 6 boards in this first half. We're outside of 3 minutes to go in a wild first half, but Scott City has built their lead up to 11 at 25-14. A screen for Metzger, but quickly helped defense by Coronado. Metzger now underneath the Rumford, catches it, puts it up, good. He has 18, 27-14 with 2:52 to go first half. He has 7 boards as well to go. Now Reality Smith left corner. Here's a deep 3, too strong, but right to Smith and blocked out of there that time by Avery Knoll. And 2:42 to go. It was funny last night on the coaches show. Both Jackson Rumford and Avery Knoll both said that each the other had the best block. And the shot for Reality Smith off the inbound, good, and 1. As in for the first time with Sage Steckline, 11th Beaver to play tonight. Steckline with the foul, his first. Scott City's 6th of the half. 2:41 to go first half. 27-16 is your score. That breaks the 10-0 Scott City run. As Alex Tarango's at Eloy Relis in Smith free throw good. He is 43% there on the year. He has 10 all in this quarter, 27-17. 2:35 to work first half. Metzger will drive in strong. Up top to Bailey. Stop and pop 3. Bounces around and drops home. Bailey's second triple of the year. And an answer back 3 makes it 30-17 with 2:23 to go first half. And ball deflected, and we're going to get a tie-up, and they're still fighting for it. Good hustle that time as Coach Brian Gentry applauds the effort of Avery Knoll. The tie-up will give Scott City the ball with 2:19 to go first half. This has been a fun one to keep up with. Scott City's ball in the possession area. Coronado's going to pick him up in the half court. Bailey to inbound it in, does so to Dylan Metzger. Back to Bailey. 2:15 to go as they'll be able to break the press here. With 2:13 to go first half. Now Bailey does get it across the 10-second line. Dylan Metzger puts it on the floor. Pivots. Finds Avery Knoll up top. He'll drive right down Main Street, but it's going to be a foul on the floor. That's a final foul to give before the 1-1 for Coronado. Really not a bad foul by Bradley Morrow, who picks up the foul his first, team 6. So both teams with 6 fouls here with 2:03 to go first half. 30-17, Scott City with the lead as they'll bounce it into Eloy Ruelas, right corner to Lawson Bailey for another 3. That one is good. He has 8 in this quarter, and it's a 16-point lead with 1:55 to go first half at 33-17. Here's an answer back 3 off to left that time for Duyema, and Lawson Bailey collects his first board of the night. 1:40 to go first half. Scott City with a 23-13 second quarter run. They have a 33-17 first half lead so far. As Coronado goes to man-to-man defense. Metzger, Eloy Ruelas crosses over his dribble, throws it over right side. Bailey, guarded by Reality Smith, drives in up top to Metzger. He'll try a deep 3. You betcha! Metzger with 2 threes and 6 points. It's a 19-point game with 1:18 to go first half. 36-17. Scott City's hit 4 triples all in this second quarter. 2 by Bailey, 2 by Metzger. Here's Morrow with it, looking to drive in, cut off. Bounce pass left baseline, Duyema, and he draws a holding foul. That'll be on Knoll. That'll be his second, and it's a 1-1 coming up for Duyema. So Avery Knoll picks up foul number 2. And Duyema 2 for 2 on the year at the line. Coronado tonight is 1 of 1, actually. Knoll will check out. Jackson Rumford back in. Out is Jalen Jarbeau for Coronado. I believe Lurig Smith back in. And also Camden Volgamore back in. 1-1 coming up, and that is off the heel. Rebound, Lawson Bailey out jumps Lurig Smith for the board. Final minute of this one. Scott City is on a 19-3 run over the last 3 minutes. 3.5 minutes. They lead 36-17. Bailey will go left side. He'll drive left baseline, pull-up jumper. Bounces around and crawls off, and the rebound to Duyema for Coronado. They've been limited in the rebounds tonight. Scott City owning the glass. Here's a Lyric Smith, right corner 3, off the heel. Rebound to Reality Smith. Underneath, shot blocked by Rumford, but they got a little bit too much body that time. And there'll be 2 free throws coming up here for Duyema, who returns to the line with 35.8 to go first half. Team foul number 8 on Scott City, Jackson Rumford. That's his second. So he's going to check out here as Brooks Bailey will be the last Scott City Beaver to check in. Cade Bonville will also check in after this Duyema free throw, which is good. He has his first point of the night, 36-18. 35.8 to go first half. Eloy Ruelas checks out. Jackson Rumford checks out with 18 points and 2 fouls and 7 rebounds. Got to keep the positive stats in there. Free throw number 2, also perfect, making it 36-19 here with 35.8 to go first half. There we go. 30 seconds to go. Coronado in the first half, 3 of 4 at the line. Scott City, they're still 0 of 2 here. Scott City to go for that final shot here, looks like, with 20 seconds to go, unless they get a good opportunity. Bailey to Bailey, and Brooks Bailey, his shot is tough. Scott City wanted to foul, and he passed down the floor, saved into play to Lyric Smith. He'll drive in up top. Here's a 3. Banked off, too strong. Rebound loose. It's picked up by Coronado. They flip underneath, and the shot, nice job by Reality Smith under control. And 36-21, here's the 3-quarter court heave, and it's wide right, and that's the end of your first half. In a wild one, it was a 26-17 second quarter run for Scott City. They take a 36-21 halftime lead over the Cougars at Coronado. We'll come back in 3 minutes for your halftime show. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
To us, it's about so much more than just providing the technology. It's about enriching the communities we live in, because your community is our community. Where you live, where you work, where you play. We do too. Whatever you do, and wherever you are, our service supports you. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Reality Smith, he had all those in the second quarter. Seth Enoch had 4. Dylan Duyema had 2, all from the free throw line. Bradley Morrow had 3. Lyric Smith did not score, as a few others did not score for Coronado in the first half. They cut down the turnovers here in the second quarter. They had 14 in the half. They had 2 steals. They had 6 fouls, 8 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive boards, 11 rebounds. Their offensive rebound toward the end of the first half, they were able to capitalize on there late in the second quarter. For Scott City, they were led in the first half. Mentioned Jackson Rumford had 18 of their 36. As he actually at one point in the second quarter outscored Coronado 18-17, but he picked up a big foul right before halftime as well with about 35 seconds. That was his second foul. After that, you had 8 from Lawson Bailey all in the second quarter. Metzger with a pair of 3s in the second quarter with 6. And also 12 players playing in the first half. Eloy Relis and Avery Knoll each had 2 points apiece in the first half for Scott City. They did a better job not turning the ball over as much. They had 23 turnovers against Hoisington. They just had 6 first half turnovers, had 10 steals. They had 9 defensive rebounds, 10 offensive boards, 19 rebounds. They've owned the glass in the first half. They had 8 fouls, though, in the first half. We'll come back with some more stats here in about 3 minutes. Scott City with a 36-21 lead. They've led by as many as 19. They lead by 15 at intermission. Back in 3 minutes. This is Beaver basketball.
Let technology bring you closer this holiday season to loved ones near and far. With unlimited data as low as $25 a month, you can get the phone you want with the features you need from the best people. Next Tech Wireless, keeping Kansans connected.
The Scott Cooperative Association is proud to serve our members with 8 convenient elevator locations, a full-service petroleum department with 2 service stations, 5 automated card trolls and bulk oil and fuel delivery, and a full-service crop production department to serve all of your needs, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Contact the Scott Co-op and visit with our knowledgeable staff about how we can help in your farming operation.
United Wireless believes in delivering value to their customers and supporting our local communities. United continues to invest in their network, their people, and our communities here in Southwest Kansas. So when it's time to update your cell phone or get a new cell phone service, United Wireless would like the chance to earn your business. Switch to United Wireless today and join the United team in supporting Southwest Kansas. Find them online at unitedwireless.com.
When you want plain talk with exceptional results, count on Norder Supply to serve you. With over 40 years of experience in the crop protection business, the dedicated team in Norder Supply is passionate about assisting you in achieving maximum net return per acre by delivering unparalleled agronomic advice and best in customer service. That's how they define success. To serve you better, they have an aerial application service and do it all for a very competitive rate. Call them today at 620-872-3058. Norder Supply, plain talk, exceptional results.
Lewis Automotive Group in Hayes, Dodge City, Garden City, Liberal, and Topeka treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. They know you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, they enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow Lewis to demonstrate their commitment to excellence. They encourage you to browse their online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. You can also request more information about a vehicle using their online form. For more information, go online to buylewis.com, where you always get it for less.
Looking for a change in the year ahead? Make the switch to Western State Bank. Hi, I'm Troy Lewis, Scott City Banking Center President. As you are considering your farming and ranching needs for the coming year, I invite you to stop by and visit with me or any of our experienced ag lenders at one of our 7 Western Kansas locations. Browse our loan products and see a map of our locations at WSBKS.com. Merry Christmas and best wishes for a happy and prosperous new year from all of us at Western State Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's time for the Precision Ag and Seed Halftime Show. Precision Ag and Seed is a proud supporter of all Scott City activities.
All right, back here inside Scott Community Events Center here. Once again, halftime, Adam Kadavy with you. 36-21, once again, Scott City with lead over the Coronado Cougars in a wild, pretty physical first half. They really did let them play quite a bit here in this first half. And Scott City, though, with a 15-point advantage here. And to mention the scoring, Coronado led by Reality Smith with 12 points. He had all those really in the second quarter. He had 5 in a row there to begin the first 46 seconds. Scott City led by Jackson Rumford. He has 18 points. He had 12 in the second quarter. Teams, it was a turnover fest to begin, and then nobody could hit a basket, and they couldn't throw it in the ocean, standing on the shoreline, and then all of a sudden it opened up for them in the second quarter. Scott City outscored Coronado 26-17 in that second quarter as they have a 36-21 lead here at the break. Taking a look at some of the other stats, Coronado was 8 of 23 from the floor, 35% in the first half. They were 2 of 12 on threes, 6 of 11 on twos, and 3 of 4 at the line. Those are, of course, all unofficial stats. It was a wild one here in the first half. I tried to keep up as best as I could. For Scott City, they were 16 of 35 shooting unofficially, 46%. 12 of 28 on twos and 4 of 7 on threes. And from the free throw line, they were 0 of 2. Foul trouble for both teams. Coronado had Jackson Katowski. He picked up 3 fouls in the first quarter. For Scott City, they had Avery Knoll with 2 and Jackson Rumford each with 2 in that first half. So there's the foul trouble for both sides. Coronado yet to come out of the locker room. Still got plenty of time before the second half. Let's take a 90-second break. We'll have your third quarter coming up here. Here in your Precision Ag Seed halftime report, 36-21 Beavers lead at the break. Back in 90 seconds, this is Scott City basketball.
The new farming landscape is complex, high-tech, and often unpredictable. With Pioneer Hybrids and Corteva Agriscience, you gain a partner that can help you confidently navigate any unfamiliar terrain. Our breeding program, biotechnology, and incomparable support ensure you grow acres of greatness. For more information, contact Kevin Davis with Precision Ag and Seed at 620-874-0478. And go Beavers!
Not even the weatherman knows for sure what tomorrow will bring. But if there's no rain in your future, a drought can and will happen. Although a long dry spell can ruin your crops, it shouldn't ruin your life. Make sure you secure your future with multi-peril crop insurance from QBE, NAU, and Western Kansas Insurance. You and your family deserve the QBE NAU peace of mind. See Western Kansas Insurance Services at 310 Court Street in Sky City, Kansas today for more information. NAU Country Insurance Company and this business are equal opportunity providers.
A-Plus Aviation at the Scott City Airport had a great summer of aerial application and would like to thank their customers this season. They wish all a productive, efficient harvest and hope you think of them whenever you see a plane in the sky. Fall is the time for pasture spraying for milk thistle and other winter annuals. A-Plus Aviation is a member of the Scott City Area Chamber of Commerce and a supporter of community activity. Call 620-872-3000 or visit them at the large white hangar at the north end of the Scott City Airport. A-Plus Aviation, delivering quality solutions.
Back here inside Scott Community Events Center. Good crowd on hand here tonight for Scott City here, as it'll be Liberal coming to town tomorrow night. Girls will start at 6 with the boys to follow, and then it's in Garden City at the Garden on Saturday afternoon. Girls will play at 4. The boys to follow after that at around 5:30, 5:45, you name it. Of course, Scott City, moments away from beginning in the second half. The Beavers trying to get to 2-0 for the first time in 6 years. So they have the 36-21 lead here over Coronado and snap a 2-game losing streak to the Cougars as well here in this brief 4-game series. So far, the color of choice in this first half is Beaver Blue. And so we'll begin the third quarter to be Coronado basketball. Avery Knoll, Jackson Rumford, Alex Tarango, Dylan Metzger, and Lawson Bailey to start for Scott City. Be Jackson Katowski, Seth Enoch, Reality Smith, Dylan Duyema, as well as Jalen Jarbeau to begin the third 8 minutes of play for Coronado. Pull-up jumper short for 2. Coronado really did not get a chance to warm up. They came out late in the locker room. Here's Scott City in transition. Metzger, bank shot good in transition assist. Alex Tarango and Scott City now with a 38-21 lead here with 7:38 to go third quarter, and they get a steal. Bailey, yes, in the paint. 4 quick points. He has 10. It's 40-21. Matches their largest lead. We're 30 seconds into the third quarter. Now off the 15th Cougar turnover. Here's a 3. Enoch bounces around, no. Rebound last touch by Scott City, though. It'll belong to the Coronado Cougars. So Scott City in transition scoring and off a steal and a basket underneath. Metzger with 8, and now Bailey with 10. They just get in to avoid the 5 count. In the left corner, release 3, no. Tipped around, and it's, I believe, going to be last touch by Scott City. Nope, they're going to say last touch by Coronado. Yep, and it's going to be Scott City ball. So back to the Beavers it goes here. And a lot of flurry here for 43 seconds here in this third quarter, or into this third quarter. Lawson Bailey with it. Scott City trying to push the lead up past 19. He's into the front court, left corner to Avery Knoll, looking for a cutter. Up top to Metzger. Into Rumford, backs his way in. Power move, layup, he's got 20. Matching his 20-point mark from last week, and it's 42-21. And a steal off the inbounds and a layup and 2 free throws coming. Scott City taking it to the Cougars early in this second half with 6:58 to go. Here in the third quarter, Bailey to the line for 2 free throws. That's on Jackson Gataski. That's his 4th with 6:58 to go here in the third quarter. 16 Cougar turnovers. Bailey to the line. He's looking to redeem himself from the first half, and boy, he can't buy a free throw. If there's anything negative for Scott City tonight, they're 0 of 3 at the line. Unfortunately, Bailey's been the only one that has shot the free throws. See if we can get this one here. He can. He has 11. Good concentration there. 43-21, early second half. 6:58 to go. Here's Reality Smith. Flips it over left corner to Duyema for 3, too strong, but Reality Smith with the follow, no. Third time, no. Tipped around, and it's lost, and Bailey. That was put up by Gataski, who stays in there with 4 fouls. And in transition, here's Scott City. And it's Alex Tarango. Rims out of 3, and the rebound to Jackson Gataski. Once again, staying out there with 4 fouls with 6:35 to go third quarter. Reality Smith flips it right corner. Jarbeau for 3, good. The 6th 3 of the year and the 3rd of the night for Coronado, 43-24, 6:25 to go third quarter. Rumford with it. Pump fakes on the 17-footer, drives in, backs his way, and then gets it to Lawson Bailey for a triple. Might have been partially blocked. Rebound, Alex Tarango underneath. And back to Bailey, pump fakes. Looking to drive in. He goes to the foul line, back to Tarango. He'll pull up at the foul line for his first shot, make of the night. Can't get it to go, and the rebound goes to Coronado in the hands of Reality Smith. He'll push it across. He'll go coast to coast. He'll get 2 free, or maybe just a foul on the floor here with 6:03 to go third quarter. First team foul on Scott City this half. It'll be on Alex Tarango, his 2nd. Coronado will inbound it. 19-point Scott City lead. They've led by as many as 21. That last basket by Jarbeau ended a 7-0 Scott City run begin this third. To lob it in to Duyema, and they'll throw it away in the 17th Coronado turnover. 6:01 here in the third. Coronado 0-3 on the year. They were 7-17 a year ago. They were 7-7 in a COVID-shortened season 2 years ago. Last time, or it's been a while since they've hit double-digit victories. Rumford with it up top as Coronado in a man-to-man look here with 5:45 to go third. Into Rumford, backs his way in now. Quadruple team. Wide open triangle left corner 3. Yes, he's got it. His first varsity 3, and it's 46-24. And we had a foul off the inbound. That was on Tarango, his 3rd, with 5:36 to go third quarter. Team foul number 2 of the half, as he'll check out with 5:36, so he's in the scoring book. Coy Vance checks in for Scott City. Beavers up by 22. They're on a 10-3 run in this second half and almost got a steal. A 3 in the left corner might have been partially blocked by Knoll. Rebound in the hands of Morrow now, and they'll lose it out of bounds and another turnover. Or nope, there's a steal and a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Brian Gentry. save the possession with 5:23 here. We'll keep it here in the third, 46-24, Scott City. Basketball presented by JF Beaver Advertising, J&R Trucking, J&R Car and Truck, HRC Feed Yards, Hamey Farms, High Choice Feeders, Harris Chiropractic and Acupuncture, Great Western Tire, Fro Electric, Fro Ag Service, Fro Heating and Cooling, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Bakers. Scott City really loves to get out and run. You've seen it so far here this year. They have the personnel to do that. And you can tell they're feeding off that energy. They like to do that. Coach Gentry, he loves to run up and down the floor there. And Scott City with another steal and a turnover force. They have forced 18 turnovers tonight on Coronado. They have 14 steals. Beavers are led by Jackson Rumford with the second straight 20-point performance. He does have 7 rebounds. I say only 7 because he had 15 last Friday. But we still have about 13 minutes and 23 seconds to go in this one. Out of the 30-second Scott City timeout. Near half court with it. Rumford now right corner to Metzger. Here's a 3. Airballed right into the hands of Reality Smith. He grabs his 4th board of the night. He'll go coast to coast with it, and he will lay it up and score it. 14 for him. 46-26. 5 minutes to go third quarter. He's coming off a 35-point performance last Saturday afternoon in their loss to Lakewood. 46-26 here. 5 to go, under 5 I should say. Coy Vance cut off. Now Bailey passes behind him, but he's able to retrieve it. And now goes to Metzger, back to Bailey as they'll slow it down a bit here. 4:40 to go third quarter. Bailey now left baseline to Vance. He'll drive in, and he has his first varsity points of his career. 48-26 with 4:34 to go third quarter. And Coronado quickly back down the other way. Enoch. In the paint it goes. Smith fadeaway. Too strong rebound. That time Knoll denied Rumford the rebound and in the hands of Vance. But that's all right. It still belongs to Scott City. They have owned the glass tonight. Metzger will drive in. Gets stripped as he's trying to go up with it. Scott City with their 7th turnover of the night. In transition, pull up. Enoch, no. Banked off. Rebound tipped around. Stripped out of there by Bailey. And here he comes the other way. In transition, stops. 4 minutes exactly to go third quarter. Rumford will try from downtown. That one rimmed it out. Vance crashes the boards, and he has the last 4 for Scott City as they have a 50-burger on the board, matching their season high last week against Hoisington, 50-26. 3:45 to go third quarter, and that's going to be an offensive foul taken by Rumford. That's going to be on Reality Smith, his first, team's first of the half, with 3:44 here in the third period. Coach Cody Bernbeck frustrated. He hands the official a towel. It's been a tough night for Coronado as Scott City's pulled away here in this second half. Now up 24 here. With 3:44 to go third quarter as Avery Knoll is out. Eloy Ruelas checks in. Scott City has played all 12 players some pretty significant minutes here tonight. Pretty young group overall, and they're going to see a man-to-man full-court press off the inbounds. Bailey to inbound it. That's Lawson Bailey into Dylan Metzger. They'll get it to Eloy Ruelas. He'll bring it across with the pass to Coy Vance, who wanted to go coast to coast. The ball trickles out to Metzger. He'll weave his way through and draws a foul on the floor. That'll be the third of the half on Coronado with 3:35 to go third quarter. And the foul will be charged to Seth Enoch, his second. 50-26. Rumford inbounded underneath the Beaver basket with a 24-point advantage. They're on a 14-5 third quarter run. Looking to add to it here. They get a cut. Rumford in the paint. Hook shot good. Assist that time from Eloy Ruelas. It's 52-26. 3:26 to go and a turnover. The 20th of the night on the Cougars. Ruelas with a nice assist as he runs point here on this possession. Goes right with the dribble now to Lawson Bailey. Bailey with the screen. Looking into Rumford. Ball pass a little late. Turnover number 8. And good steal by Reality Smith. He'll go in and he'll lay it up. Leaves it off to the left. That one's, they're going to say last touch by Bailey. Bailey thought that it was last touch by Coronado, but Gataski couldn't quite handle it in. And Jeremy Dietz, the official, says, nope, that was touched by you, Bailey, and stays with the Cougars. Reality Smith, a wraparound pass, and that's going to be a turnover. 2:58 here in the third as Dylan Duff returns to the Beaver lineup, replacing Dylan Metzger. So that guarantees a Dylan to stay out on the court for Scott City in a 26-point lead here, under 3 to go, third quarter. It'll be whack weekend for Scott City. Bailey needs to get it across to avoid the 10 count. He just does with the pass to Ruelas, back to Bailey. He'll drive in. He'll take it all the way. Layup, good. He goes right down Main Street for his 13th point. 54-26, 2:38 to go, third quarter in transition. And that's going to be, a blocking foul. A little disagreement from the Scott City fans, but Ruelas with his first, team's third of the half. It's been a fast-paced game. Dylan Diema, the junior, in. He'll replace Bradley Morrow. This lead has ballooned to all of a sudden 28. And pass intercepted by Rumford to Eloy Ruelas with 2.5 to go, third quarter, as Ruelas takes it in the front court. 54-26, excuse me. Now Duff, right side. Steps now right corner to Bailey. He'll try a three-er. Short. Rebound. Duff with it. Ruelas for a three. No. Lawson Bailey rips away the board. Big shot, third time's the charm, and it's a 30-point game. 56-26 is your score here with 2:09 to go, third quarter. Scott City with a 30-point lead, three-pointer no. Rebound to Jackson Rumford. That was put up by Jarboe, and Rumford with 8 boards tonight. They do get it swiped away momentarily, but in the hands of Bailey. Bailey races across. His floater down the middle too strong. Got his own rebound and uses up a 5 count, and we get a push out high. That'll be on Reality Smith, his second, team's fourth of the half, with 1:46 to go, third quarter at 56-26. You'll have Cade Bonville, but before that, we have a timeout on the floor taken by Coach Cody Burnbeck in Garden City, or the Garden City alum for Coronado. 1:46 here in the third quarter, 56-26, Sky City back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
If you're like most people, you travel all over, and it doesn't take much for you.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
Farms to construction sites to factories, millions of people operate tractors and heavy equipment every day to help keep America strong and growing. When operating dump trucks or equipment with booms or other extensions, watch out for overhead electrical lines. Make sure there's adequate clearance, because coming in contact with those lines could result in a tragedy. For more safety information, visit weci.net and click on the safety tab. An important safety message brought to you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
It's a 56-26 Scott City lead with $1:46 here in the third as Camden Volgamore to inbound it in. He does so to Cade Bonville, who checks in. Also got Brooks Bailey, Dylan Duff, and there in Eloy Ruelas. So 4 sophomores and a junior in there for Scott City. So get some of those varsity main the starters some rest here. They're going to need them next 2 days. Ruelas trying to drive in. He throws it away in a turnover. Here comes Coronado back with 1:25. Good experience opportunity for him. A 3 left side, no for Seth Enoch, and Scott City with the board. Duff with it. So he gets it to Eloy Ruelas. Scott City's owned the glass as well tonight, 26-16. They also have 20 points in this third quarter. It's a 20-5 run. Duff turns down the 3. Will drive right side. Final minute of this third quarter, Ruelas. Left corner to Camden Volgamore. Oh, he traveled with it. Scott City's 10th turnover of the night. 63 third quarter seconds remain. It's all Scott City here tonight, 56-26. They had a 26-point second quarter, a 20-point third quarter. It's been a 46-22 run since the end of the first quarter for Scott City. They almost get a steal. Reality Smith floats one up in the paint. It crawls off, tipped around, and into the hands of Dylan Duff. He's got his third board of the night. 44 seconds and a turnover stolen away. Now in the paint, backing his way into Yema. Goes over Brooks Bailey. Might have been blocked. And Cade Bonville collects the board for Scott City. 30 seconds remaining, third quarter. Camden Vogelmore with it, uses up his dribble, finds it up top to Dylan Duff. Right side, here's Brooks Bailey driving in strong, hangs, bank shot, yes! Brooks Bailey with his varsity points, his first 2 of his career, 58-26 with 21 seconds here in the third, and that time that's going to be a block. Oh, they're going to call a blocking foul on Eloy Ruelas. It looked that time, Riley Smith just kind of ran him over there as Smith is on the deck. And we have an official timeout here. And injury to Reality Smith. Hopefully it's nothing more than a cramp. As they're checking him, they're going to send the players to the benches. So that foul on Eloy Relis, his second, team's 4th of the half. With 18.3 to go third quarter, is Coach Cody Burnbeck playing the role of trainer. Hopefully it's just nothing more than a cramp for Reality Smith. He's a fun player to watch. Scott City has held him to 14 points tonight, and he's up and he's going to limp off, or hop off, I should say. Hopefully he's all right and nothing worse than just a cramp there, but around that ankle or calf area, 18.3. So both teams get a free timeout there. But it's 58-26 for Scott City, and it'll be Coronado's ball to inbound. Both teams have 4 fouls in this third quarter. It's been a tough one to keep up with. Both sides. Officials have put in their miles, their Fitbits, if they have them. They don't have them on, but they'd be going crazy. Turnover on Coronado. Steal here with 13 seconds in the third. Eloy Orella stops, pops a right wing 3, no. And the rebound to Coronado in transition, as that was Duyema with it. Now whistle. Another blocking foul on Ruella. That'll be his third with 4.8 to go third quarter, team's 5th. So Ruelas has picked up 3 fouls in this third quarter with 4.8 here in this third stanza. Coronado with one final shot here this third quarter, 58-26 with 3, with 2. 1 second. They will not attempt a shot. And we're going to have a running clock in the fourth quarter, folks. 58-26. Beavers lead it here. They're close to coming 2-0. We'll come back in a minute for the fourth quarter. This is Beaver basketball.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
58-26. We'll have a running clock in this fourth quarter, I believe, here, as it's a 32-point lead. Scott City outscored Coronado 22-5 in that third quarter. Coronado did not score for the last 5 minutes of the third quarter, as it's Lawson Bailey with it. He has 15, 22 for Jackson Rumford, and 8 for Dylan Metzger. But several Beavers have scored tonight. Backdoor feed deflected, and Scott City with their 12th turnover of the night. Had a good idea, but Coronado got their hand in the passing lane. In transition, layup, no, crawling off that time for Duyema, as Avery Knoll collects his 7th board of the night. Rumford leads the charge. Metzger drives the right baseline, trying to get double figures, but he'll pass it off to Alex Tarango. And now back to Lawson Bailey. Bailey with a nice 15-point night. 58-26, gets a screen, pops the 3, short, rebound, pinballs around and into the hands of Seth Enoch for Coronado. In transition are the Cougars, stripped and almost stolen away, but they step out of bounds for their 24th turnover as we have a running clock, 7:10 to go. Scott City's cut down the turnovers here tonight. That's been beneficial. Got some of the younger kids, some more experience. It's varsity time here. Got some of the starters some rest here, even though the starters are back out there for Scott City. First minute of this fourth quarter. give and go to Rumford. Powers his way in. That's a flop. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul. Are you kidding me? That's a flop. I don't care if it's a 32-point game. That is a flop among all flops. Gee whiz. I know there's not a whole lot to complain about if you're Scott City, but that was a flop with 6.5 to go. Turnover to Coronado, and they're going to turn the ball back over, their 25th of the night. Rumford's third foul, and I shouldn't complain. It's a 32-point game. Bailey in the backcourt with it, crosses over, dribble guarded by Gataski. He's played out there with 4 fouls for an eternity. 2 minutes into this fourth quarter, Rumford with it out high. Trying to go with that backdoor cut, couldn't find anybody. Here's Avery Knoll. He'll drive in, jump stop, bank shot, good. He's got his 4th point, 60-26, with 5:46 to go. Been a lot of iffy block charge calls, but the officials have made the calls. They stuck with him. Strong layup, no, that time for Duyema, and the rebound to Scott City. In transition, here's Avery Knoll. He'll take it all the way. Layup, no, they let it go, and rebound goes to Coronado. They push it across with 5:25 to go. Blocked by Lawson Bailey that time, and the attempt by Jeremy Brown into the hands of Avery Knoll. Scott City will slow this down a bit here into Rumford. Catches it, goes up, hook shot, he's got 24. 62-26 with 5:12 to go, and we're nearing an 8-minute scoring stretch for Coronado without a point. This has been a 16-0 Scott City run. Ball deflected and another turnover, the 26th of the night. Bailey with 2 on no numbers. He'll take it all the way. He'll be fouled that time, and there's going to be 2 free throws. So Scott City finally gets that foul call, and Bailey, who has 6 boards tonight, and that'll be it for Jackson Gutowski, who played all night pretty much with foul trouble. He had 3 fouls in that first quarter. As in for the first time is Anthony Ponder. He's a sophomore for Coronado. He'll replace Dylan Duyema. Lawson Bailey, who has been the only guy tonight for Scott City at the foul line, checks in there and he leaves it short. And you can tell he's frustrated. We'll have 4 check in: Coy Vance, Brooks Bailey, Dylan Duff, and Sage Steckline. Camden Volgamore will have to wait his turn to see if Lawson Bailey can get his 16th and final point with 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Jim Quiets, free throw short, rebound Coronado. Almost poked away, going coast to coast is Enoch. He'll lay it up, and that's going to, I think that might be a charge. We'll see. The 2 officials who had their hands up, they're going to talk it over here. And it is a block. Scott City still can't get it. And Lawson Bailey's got to be careful. He was getting close to getting teed up. He's really staring him down there as the official. Camden Volgamore check in, and Lawson Bailey frustrated on that one. I think the basket was good. It was on Brooks Bailey, his first. And it's a running clock here. 3:05 to go. They're still talking it over. Or was it a foul on the floor? It was on Brooks Bailey nonetheless. That was a 7th team foul on Scott City. And it was a basket good for Lyric Smith. 62-28 with 2:48 to go. That seemed like a minute ago. Breaks a long scoring drop for Coronado. Lyric Smith his first points, and he has the 3-point play to make it 62-29. 2:38 to go. I know Scott City's a little frustrated on the block charge calls, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Just got to move on, and I guess whether you agree with it or not. Working around his Sage Steckline right side, and looking cut is Coy Vance. He's really stepped up. He has 4 points. Steckline will kick it up top to Duff. 2:15 to go. Duff ball fake now up top to Camden Volgamore. Back to Duff. 62-29 your score. Driving in Coy Vance, he draws a foul. That's a block. Team foul number 6 on Coronado this half with 2 minutes to go. Running clock, fourth quarter. That'll be on Bradley Morrow, his second. Brooks Bailey looking to inbound this. Inbound into Camden. Vogelmore drives the right baseline, jump stop, lays it up. Oh, just crawled off the rim that time, the whistle, and Coronado can't handle it. It'll be back to the Beavers with 1:41 to go. So there's ice on Reality Smith's calf there. They get it into Brooks Bailey for a three. Too strong, but backside board for Duffy. He has 4 boards tonight. Brooks Bailey with 2 points tonight. Inbound into Steckline. Flips it over right side. Vogelmore turns down the three. He'll drive in, split the defenders, and throw up a shot. I guess you could call that a pass because it's Brooks Bailey with the rebound on the follow-up. You could call it a pass. 62 now. Stealing Coy Vance with the layup. 64 to make that 66-29 with the final minute of this one. And we got a whistle and a foul. That'll be team foul number 8 on Scott City after the 27th Coronado turnover. 8th team foul on the Beavers here with 54 seconds to go. 66-29, Scott City leads it. Be a big win here. As Coronado's well to their season low, Lyric Smith will get a 1-1. Coronado, by the way, 4 of 5, make it 4 of 6 as Camden Vogelmore with the board for the Beavers. 34 seconds to go. Vogelmore to bring it across. Coy Vance with 6 points tonight. 28 seconds to go. Bailey, right corner, and that is going to be last touched by Coronado. That'll be Scott City's ball. They were thinking it was off of Scott City. It wasn't. As Steckline will get it into Coy Vance. 10 seconds to go. They're going to pull it back out. And Scott City will be 2-0 for the first time since the 2016-17 year. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll be it. 66-29 is your final. Scott City in the second half outscores Coronado 30-8. As they're 2-0 on the year, Coronado is 0-4. Liberal and Garden City in WAC weekend tomorrow night and Saturday afternoon. Postgame coming up in 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Nursing Home supports the Scott City Beavers in all sports and activities throughout the year. If students are looking for some community hours, give us a call at Park Lane Nursing Home. We're looking for volunteers with projects throughout our building. Park Lane Nursing Home is located at 210 East Park Lane, or you can give us a call at 620-872-5871. And as always, go Beavers!
Weathers Land and Livestock wishes the Scott City Beavers good luck during the 2022-2023 season. They are proud to support the Scott City Beavers on Mix 94.5 KSKL. Hard
work.